I can feel it. That's some weak ass shit, man.
Yeah, so he didn't change names and
this nigga is in my Twitch now doing it. What the fuck is this?
that's Michael.
Yeah, but he ain't never showed up on Twitch and did it.
He trolling right now. Apologize now. Apologize. I mean, that's been going on for weeks.
Nah, this been going on for months.
Hey, and we stopped the Reparation Wednesday show almost a month ago, and he was doing it then. Dang. What up, TK? Shout out to TK all the way from Sacktown to the 8. 916 to the 678. What's good, TK?
This nigga done went to the Twitch account and started.
Shout out to the Sacktown. I got a homie up there in the Sacktown. What up, Hezekiah? Teague, what's going on, brothers? Feel good to be here. Happy to be back. Hope everybody had always Black Power every second day of the hour. Shout out to Double R out here in LA. That's his phrase. I ain't gonna just jack his phrase like that. Black Power every second of the hour. That's what Double R say from the reparation movement.
I'm trying to find that shit too.
It's Black Power every second minute of the hour. For sure. Hope everybody been all right. Talia, what's good, Talia? Cameron. Michael got you. Michael got to your Twitch. Yeah, Michael on one. Ugly ass Ninja TV. Damn. Oh, y'all wow. Cameron in the house. Yeah.
Hold on, we lost.
This is crazy. What up, Kalon? We got some hot topics for y'all.
Nah, come on back here.
I couldn't hear y'all there first, so I had to go in and come back out. Are you getting a static? I think I heard feedback.
Yeah.
Michael do need a girlfriend. ASAP.
He needs up.
We gotta match make him. Match made in.
Question. You still hear it?
Mic check.
Y'all think it's possible that an AI is able to do what this nigga is doing?
I said that last week. I said that might be a bot. But the way
how? No, it interacts. That's the problem. Bots don't typically do that. That's what I'm saying. Like, does he have some kind of different level one that we don't know about? Cause this motherfucker can interact. It can call out people. It can, like, you know what I'm saying, highlight stuff. It can actually engage in the conversation when it wants to some of the time.
I'm
like, bro,
And it's assigned to your channel.
No, this is the crazy part. This motherfucker expanding now. Now, because he targets my moderators and goes to other people's channel who they follow as well and trolls them on their channel too. That nigga's out of, this nigga's out of control.
SG in the house. I said Michael already got a boyfriend. Apologize, Hezekiah. Y'all hey, y'all trying to make this man suicidal now, man. TK talking about Michael already got a boyfriend. Apologize, Hezekiah.
What's up,
Nigga,
Dan?
you can fool me. SG, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Happy Sunday. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, Daniel Berry.
What's up, Kelly?
Michael called himself Jason now. Yeah, happy Sunday, everybody.
All right. So I guess we got a good little amount up in here now. It's like 25 people in. We'll go ahead and start. Yeah, he definitely carried the movie, but Asia was on her head. All right. So we're gonna go. You know what? You know what's crazy, bro? I didn't get cooked. I'm gonna need. Hold on. Go ahead and carry on for. I'm gonna need about 10. I'm gonna need about 10 minutes, real quick.
Uh huh.
Y'all can interact with each other for like 10 minutes. I just
Yeah.
noticed.
All right. Yeah, we carried the conversation. We got you. Yeah. So Solo, what's on your mind? Welcome back, Solo. We here once again.
I know, right? Happy Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
How you enjoyed that rain you guys getting in California?
I got some good rest. I charged up. I went, got some good sleep hours in.
Okay. They did all that. The weather people talked about all this rain we was gonna get. We got a few sprinkles.
You tell
That's
her,
it.
Taz, I told you she the one caused that shit.
Yeah, you
Oh, I
told me
caused the rain.
Solo got the emotional power to cause rainstorms on the West Coast.
Damn.
That's what he said, Solo.
I
I,
wished.
I didn't think he was going to expose that part of our phone call, but he did.
Damn. Jamie.
He said, man, for Keela, he said Solo talking about she hope it rain this week. And now all of a sudden, somebody don't never rain in Southern California and we drenching wet out here.
Hmm. I was
Ghosty
hoping we
said,
was gonna get some of that damn rain.
yeah, but Cali been needing some kind of, I don't think it rained like that all year, Jamie. Maybe,
That's what they said. They said it was one of the wettest days.
yeah, it felt like that. Yeah, you confirmed it for me. Because I'm like, damn, it ain't rained like this all year. Yeah,
Hmm.
it
Yep.
is.
Yep. That's what's up though. I
Yeah,
sure was looking forward to it.
that rain,
Yeah.
and y'all only got some sprinkles.
We only got some sprinkles. We supposed to get a little more.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Jamie told me it's supposed to rain until I think Tuesday out here. So we'll see. How's the weather where everybody else at out there? I know TK in Atlanta with the weather like wherever everybody located. I hate damn Michael. Y'all got to do something about that, dude. All right. The sunshine. I'm gonna check some comments real quick. Hello, going to streams to remind people that you're loved, you're kind, you're smart, and you mean the world to someone. Love, peace, and happiness. All right, that's what's up, sunshine. Appreciate that comment of positivity. So, what's been on your radar, Solo? Anything on your news radar as far as things that, besides the topics Jamie got set for the day? Anything else you paying attention to?
You know, for me, I keep up with, I be into this war stuff that's going on.
Mm.
Um, I mean, other than that little. Well, let me tell you this. This weekend, I've been binge watching Candace Owens. And
It's about to
Candace
get good.
Owens been
Mm-hmm.
unpacking Charlie Kirk's quote unquote assassination. I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't give him that type of title, but whatever, right? His
Yeah.
assassination.
Uh-huh.
And um, you know, I definitely don't think it's as clear cut as they want us to think it is, as is any sort of major killing of a public figure. I think it's a whole lot that they want us to focus on one thing when it's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, I mean, a lot of Americans are turning away their support for that Middle Eastern country that we can't talk about, right? A lot of
Yeah.
us are turning our support away from them,
Uh-huh.
and then at that, I think because of that, now we're putting the pressure on our politicians. Now you see little white kids, white college students like asking our politicians, Republican, far right, people that's far right, that's conservative, they're like, why are we giving that little Middle Eastern country all this money? Now they putting
Uh-oh.
the pressure on them.
Uh-oh.
It's
Uh-huh.
not just far left people saying we shouldn't do this. Now
Uh-huh.
you got conservatives talking about why we can't do this. And that's their strongest support. So if
Absolutely.
they lose the support from, a lot of people of color didn't agree with it anyway. But
Right.
now if you lose your support on the conservative side, then what exactly is the point of our politicians supporting them so blindly if nobody is really none of the far left and the far right, nobody is supporting that country. So why is it that y'all so willingly support? I think in the near future is going to come to a point where it's going to be like, if you have taken money from that country, we
Uh-huh.
not voting for you.
Uh.
And I think that's the tipping point. That's just going to be the only thing that changes the dynamic of what's like them having sort of control over what's going on in our country. I think that I don't know. I just
You you hey,
I don't agree with Candace on what you say.
you provoking me to ask a powerful question, but I'm glad you mentioned Candace again too, because I wanted to ask you something about Candace.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
do you think she pounced on Charlie Kirk's wife too soon without giving her time to grieve?
But what did she say about him? What did she say about her? Because when I'm looking at the videos, she don't say nothing because she ain't saying nothing.
See, that's the thing. Well, you got me there because I'm only like reading the headlines, and what I could take from the headlines is that her and Charlie Kirk wife Erica are going at it, and just using a pinch of morality. I'm like, damn, Candace, at least give the girl a month or two to grieve. I mean, some people need longer than that, but if Candace got an issue, and it's just my morality, that's why I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Uh, but I'm not diving deep into that story, so I don't have the details. But I know they're going at it just from the headlines. When I see the headlines on my news feed, it's like Candace Owens going ham on Charlie Kirk wife Erica and stuff like that. So I thought you probably knew a little bit more about it on. And my only question is, I don't have no issue with her calling certain things out if it's true, but is it too soon? So that's more of a question of morality. What you think?
I mean, I haven't said Candace say anything sort of negative about her so far. I mean, of course, I'm still going through the videos and all of that. Um, so I haven't had heard Candace say anything crazy just yet about it. Um, I know that she did say something about she didn't agree with her becoming the new owner or the new like top person in Turning Point USA. I
Uh huh.
remember her saying that, which makes sense because exactly right, exactly what you said. Like, Like, how are you grieving the death of your husband, yet you're gonna take the role of this big conservative Christian organization that your husband ran when he was alive? Like, you see, like,
Yeah.
are you grieving it? So we can't attack you because you're grieving, but you're okay enough to start running his company instead of putting an interim person in. You gonna be the face of the country company then. So it's either are you grieving or you not grieving.
That's interesting. Because, like you said, they after she took over, they've already announced they're going to do an alternative show for the Super Bowl to kind of go against the Latino performance with what's the guy named Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
So that's interesting. I didn't look at it. That's why the conversation is good because I didn't look at it from that angle. So you're saying, hey, if you okay enough to make strong stance, bold statements and like that, then it's fair
You
game to
right
yeah,
again. Shit. You right. You know what I
shit,
mean? I mean,
yeah.
like, we a lot of times people like to use I like to it's very convenient. Shit is very convenient. I mean, I thought it was too soon for her to be doing uh a speech at his memorial. I mean maybe that's something I probably wouldn't have participated in, or I don't know. I mean, people grieve differently.
True.
I mean,
It's
I
just I know Candace has risen to the ranks of this social media news space. So I was just curious to know, hey, is you doing that just to keep the momentum going, or is it you sincerely found something that they're doing in the Kirk's household that you need to air out the laundry? So that was kind of like, if it's
I
sincere,
yeah.
that's one thing. But if not, then it's hard for me to it's hard for me to give in to the clickbait if that's why you're doing it. That's all.
Well, I think what Candace is doing, what they don't like, is that a lot of people who were close to Kurt in his organization,
Uh-huh.
Interns Point USA, I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them have came out and spoke too soon, and
Mm-hmm.
she's carved out the lies. Like,
Oh.
she's like, that was a lie though. We have text messages to screen, we got text message to prove that that was a lie. Like that, like for
Ah.
example, like somebody she was covering, they came out, they did an interview like a few days after he was killed. They was like,
Uh-huh.
he had unwavering support for that little Middle Eastern country that we can't talk about, right?
Right.
He says that he did, Charlie Kirk supported him to the T, supported them to the T. And then
Uh-huh.
Candace got evidence where he was like, where Charlie Kirk was like, I mean, I want America first. Why are we putting them first when this should be America first? And so
Right.
what I think, this is just my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
think the issue was that, and what may have big on the may allegedly, was that he was about to pull support from that little Middle Eastern country. Now imagine this big white conservative in America
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
telling his fan
That
base of
man said
millions of
it's
people.
probably a person in Pakistan getting paid $3 an hour to troll. My bad, yeah.
So
But
Solo, you saying the most influential conservative, which he
Yes.
was getting ready to pivot away from that little Middle Eastern country we can't talk about.
Yeah. Now imagine him going through college campuses, because that's what he was on a college tour.
Yeah, prove me wrong. That was the name of it.
That was
Right.
he was on a college campus telling his conservative followers, stop supporting that little Middle Eastern country.
Oh,
You know that couldn't happen.
that wasn't gonna happen. Yeah, that wasn't gonna
That
happen.
can't happen.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Cause,
I'm
cause
glad we.
see, that's why you
Uh,
gotta watch Candace.
no,
I'm
I
telling you,
fucks with Candace.
Candace.
You got me saying it to the world. Now, I actually fucks with Candace. I wouldn't bring her to the picnic, like the black community picnic, with me because
And
I'm
now she
not
gonna try to
sure.
bring her white husband. Hell
It,
no.
it, it, you know what I mean? But I know we're still kind of we haven't really rolled out the welcome mat for her to come back yet, whether she cares or not. But I listen to her and I extract the stuff that she shares that's on point.
You know what? It's a thin line between me and Candace. When we're talking about, hold up.
Yeah. I hit the comment section till you get back. DV said, "What's good, Solo?" SG said, "What up, DV?" They usually good looking out, DV. DV always come through. What up, DV? I see you gave me a shout out. DV giving everybody a shout out. What's good, Sassy King? You doing his
I
thing
think
in
I
here?
have a thin line with Candace. Like when we're
Uh huh.
talking about black issues, I can't rock with Candace. I don't agree with nothing she says. But when we're
Okay.
talking about that little Middle Eastern country that we can't talk about and international policy and calling out these Republicans and these politicians, a lot of what I agree with a
Yeah, same here.
lot
I
of
couldn't have said it better.
what
I
she's
couldn't. Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I'm with you 100% on that. I'm glad you said it that way because I feel the same way.
Yeah, so
From the
like,
cultural issues to the
yeah,
political issues. Yeah.
yeah. Now culturally,
Yeah, she all beat a
absolutely
little
not.
bit. Yeah, right. Yeah, she dancing all beat culturally. But
Yeah, nah.
yeah, politically she on point and she's doing, I mean, she raising hell for that little Middle
Oh
Eastern country.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know
She
why?
doing a great work. Uh-huh.
She said that she feel like that if she felt like if something like that would have happened to her, Charlie Kirk would have did the same thing.
I
He
heard
would
they
have
was
been trying to
close.
get to
Yeah.
the end of trying to get to the bottom of it.
Some
Yeah.
people even went as far as saying they believe Charlie Kirk tapped that before he died.
I didn't think you was gonna go there, Jamie, but somebody else brought that to my attention. I didn't want to. I didn't want you put it out there now. So,
Shit,
but
you know me. I'm gonna say what they said. I'm
no,
saying what these
I
streets said.
wouldn't. Hey, Jamie, you know my phrase. If we take this to Vegas, I wouldn't bet against it. But I don't want. Hey, if we take this to Vegas, I wouldn't bet against because
He
I mean
sure
they
going real hard about that, and they
well they
don't talk
started out
about it.
together, and the way she's banging for him, she's banging
Yeah,
like a chick who
yeah,
been with him. Yeah,
and we know that's her cup of tea already because that's what her husband
already,
is.
already. So that might be the underlying tension between her and Erica. Erica probably know that too. And I don't really want to get into that shit like that. I don't want to get caught up in the gossip. But some of it does make sense. And she was there. I didn't know she was there helping him start the whole turning point, get it off the ground before his wife came into the picture. So yeah.
All right, though. So let's go ahead and get started. I see a lot of them goddamn people left. Come y'all little glad back.
I
Anyways,
read most of them except that last one DV just put up. You got it.
yeah, this basically him talking about the Michael situation. Support 2026. He said Michael live rent free and support 2026 head because he thought a dude was Michael on another channel and it wasn't Michael. Michael got support game in 2026. Shook. Okay, so I would love to see a debate with Candace Owens and Jasmine Crockett.
I was gonna read that one. What you think, Jamie?
I don't think it's a challenge, but anyways.
Wow, I thought I was gonna say heavyweight. You said it, so it's not a challenge for Candace?
No, it's not.
Now I know you're not a fan of Jasmine, but Jasmine do bring receipts. I think that'll be a heavyweight debate.
All right.
Jasmine bring receipts. You might not like her personality, but when she's put her stuff out there, it's backed up. 90% is backed up by facts.
And I
That's
think
it.
Jasmine Crocker would definitely win. I mean, I don't think Candace is as smart. Especially it depends. Particularly, it depends on the topics, but I definitely don't think Candace is just gonna wipe the floor with
Not at all.
Jasmine Crockett on
Uh,
anything.
So I'm glad I went
It
first because
depends
Jamie
on what
think
y'all talk about, what they talk about, like you said, but not really, bro.
So
but
Because
I'm
when
glad
it comes to certain topics, it's easy to cook them.
yeah, but
Like when they were trying to
politicians.
talk about stupid crap, like, see, it's gonna make me go too deep. They're gonna get the channel flag. But it's
No, don't
topics
get the
like
channel
that,
flag. Yeah.
she's gonna easily cook her.
The only space I know of that Jasmine is vulnerable is the immigration connection she has to the
Not just
immigration.
immigration either.
So she got more dirt on her face than immigration.
Well, it's the things that she support. That's the problem.
But I'm glad I went
like
first.
For instance,
Solo agreed with me.
The letter people. She's gonna have a hard time defending they promotion and stuff of the letter people.
But if Galvin, I know you don't want to carry on about this, but if Galvin can pivot from the alphabet people, I know who you're talking about. If Galvin can pivot from them as a governor, Jasmine could too. So what I'm saying is she don't have to stomp hard for them like that. She could, so if you're saying those are the only two areas where she kind of got a little mud on her coat, is the LBGT, ABC people and the immigration. Is that them two only areas of concern that you know of?
Those are two very strong ones that
They
you
are.
hard time getting away with. So you can pivot away from it to keep people from talking to them. But if it's a debate stage where that's highlighted and that's like a legit topic, you can't really run from it unless trying to do word salad like Kamala Harris used to do. And people with actual intelligence is going to notice she's doing word salad.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Jasmine wouldn't. Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't think that'd be a good look for her to do a word salad. That hasn't been her style.
But my point is, she's going to have to because there's really no way of defending it.
Man, that's a whole show right there. You sure what y'all want to do? Yeah, we can't. It's up to you, Jamie. But that's you.
I don't mind like intros being like this and stuff. We still gonna do the other ones.
But just to respond to DV question or whoever put it out there, I think you said it would be a walk in the park for Candace. I think it'll be a grudge match, and Solo kind of followed. But so it wasn't me agreeing with her this time. She actually let me go first and agreed with what I. Solo, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Solo doesn't watch Reasonable Doubt, DeMarcus.
I would love. Okay, you read that one already. Sensitive ass snitching, supporting gaming. Yes, equals sassy asking. All right, off-topic question. Solo, what you think about Reasonable Doubt season 3? Or you trying to pull Solo onto the Power universe? All right.
No,
I did not watch that trauma-filled television show.
Yeah, I already answered it for
what you watch, Solo? What show do you watch? I don't watch that much TV either.
I don't watch. I mean, you know what? I really don't watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of YouTube. And
me too. That's
independent
crazy.
Journalists, independent artists. See, my ass slick. I be watching the news all day. Slick.
Same here. Oh man, don't let this might be my damn spirit sister, man. This girl here. We be on the same shit though. I just don't be in your corner like that, huh? Yeah. I be on the same shit, Solo. YouTube get way more of my attention than TV. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much everybody now. Because everybody talks to fine.
First of all, cable too expensive. Ain't nobody paying for cable.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I hate the streaming services and stuff I got to keep up with. Shit. But most of the time I'm on YouTube too. Only time I turn on TV is when I'm watching a specific show that I cover. But other than that, I don't watch it either.
Unfortunately, I do. Hezzy say, unfortunately, I do. UAN TV, who is the better attorney, Corey Cash or Davis McLean?
Kind of hard to say. I mean, we got 4 seasons of Davis and McLean, and we only got, one of Corey. And he wasn't even, it's like he was the lead councilman, but it wasn't at the same time. But anyways, I don't want to pivot too hard away from what we supposed to be. This is not that type of, Anyways, let's go ahead and dig into the first topic. I'll go through them really fast. So first up, love at first sight. Basically, whether or not you believe in it, how does that work, stuff like that. Second, violence in the hood. When I'm talking about violence in the hood, basically that's short for me talking about celebrities. So basically, celebrities, a lot of them that come from the hood, make their way out, and then they end up coming back to their hood. What it is, they try to give back. They still trying to hang out with their homeboys that they grew up with. Whatever the case is, they do that. And then what's crazy is the ones that do that almost every time, if they end up getting killed, they always get killed in their own neighborhood. So that's obviously a big issue. So we'll discuss that. Next up, we got colorism. That one's kind of self-explanatory, but I think when it comes to colorism, some people think that it doesn't exist, believe it or not, and of course, some of them think that it do. So I guess we'll go through what we think colorism is. I think we all know the cause of it, but we'll break it down on how it affects us today. Then I'm going to go to social media dating. So basically, how social media has affected us in our dating life. And lastly, romance is a poor man's sport. Now, I think that one's kind of hot. That one's right. I really hope we get more women up in here to discuss that one. So that's why it's the last one. But anyways, go back to the top. So love at first sight. I kind of touched on this a little bit before. I think it was on the last one, but we're going to do a segment on it. Unfortunately, Cairo couldn't make it, DeMarcus. He said they should call it sprung at the first sight. So, love at first sight, people. I know a lot of people that comes up with this and says that they believe it, including my own mother. We actually had a conversation about this, like maybe last year sometime. She asked me, do I believe in it? And I told her, Mama, hell no. I didn't tell her that. But basically, I said no.
Yeah.
And she was like, why not? And I'm like, Ma, I just don't believe in it. Like, it's no such thing as you seeing somebody and just falling for them. That's bullshit. But I would love to open it up to everyone else and get your opinion on it and how this thing works. So, Talia, you said you experienced it once. Please explain. I would love to hear it. Because I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all know my answer is no, that shit does not exist. It's not real. That is some Disney bullshit that has came up and we fell for it. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn to a Black Charlie Kirk right now. Prove me wrong. Shit.
Prove them wrong. Black Charlie. We got the Black Charlie Kirk, y'all. Go ahead, Joe.
Ty, so let me go ahead and ask you since you're talking. Does that shit exist?
Yeah, I'll give you a straight answer. I'll be a straight shooter. Yes. And if we take it literal, love at first sight. That's the key word, sight. So we ain't talking character. We ain't talking personality. We talking about falling in love with what you see. And like you said, I touched on it a little bit last Sunday. I can't even find the right word, but every experience I've had of it has been with a woman from our culture. I haven't experienced love at first sight outside of Black women of America. You know what I'm saying? Well, I see, and it's attractive women from every human race group. But every time I've experienced love at first sight, it'll be a girl who I see, and it could be a situation where this is gonna be a one and done. You'll never see this girl again. It could be an airport, wherever. And you like, damn, that's a bad one. That's what they call them, baddies. And it's a fleeting moment. And then when that moment evaporates, that's it. All you got is the memory. Really so I believe
love at first sight.
Huh?
But I was just saying, but can you say that's really love at first?
Hell yeah, because the key word is sight.
Maybe we should put. Go ahead and ask this question real quick.
Okay.
Are we speaking of the same thing as in love, or is just like you talking about like in love at first sight? I don't think it exists.
in love do change the dynamics, and I don't like to compare people to objects. But for this, I don't want to waste time trying to think of a better analogy. But this is used cars. We see cars that it's like, hey, damn, you in love with the car. If you had the money, you would go buy that car regardless if it's the most expensive or not. So I think that's what they mean by the love at first sight. It's superficial. It's surface based. It's sight only. What you see, you don't know a thing about this person, but you in love. So I guess you can't put the word in there. You in love with what you see.
Okay. You kind of change a little bit, but I'm still gonna stick with my thing with that shit don't exist. And let's see. So far, DeMarcus said love at first sight is a fantasy. I agree. That's Disney as hell. And Takara says that's lust at first sight. We should define love first. He basically hit it right on the nail. Exactly what I was thinking. I think it's lust at first sight. That's the reason why I said let's go ahead and get our definition of
but
love.
I got something for you and DV. People don't lust at beauty, bro. You don't lust at beauty. You lust at sexy. You lust if a chick is sexy. You don't lust when a chick is just pretty beautiful. So that I want to put that, I'm a little nerdy. I can get a little nerdy on y'all now. So that's the science.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna try to. I try to keep it. Keep it 100. I don't just say shit to win an argument, and I gotta agree with you to agree with that.
You don't lust that beauty. I'm gonna get a little more graphic for y'all. A man nature doesn't rise, and I can't speak for every man on earth, of course not. But a sexy woman makes our nature rise. Not necessarily a pretty face is the point I'm making. Now, a chick could have like some lips that could be sexy. So that's different. Whether if you think the duck lips are sexy or not, but I think they do the duck lips for a sex appeal. But I'm just talking a pretty cute face. You won't lust at that. You will be looking at that like art. You'd be like, damn, that's a pretty, a pretty lady, a pretty woman. So you don't lust at beauty.
That's not love. That's infatuation with looks.
It was back in high school in a away b-ball game. Didn't know who it. See it. That's Talia saying it.
Who he
that's
was.
Not love. That's infatuation. Go ahead.
I was in love. I was laying on a bench, and my eyes followed him until I couldn't see him no more. Girl, that's lust.
So that's not lust. What? She just confirmed what I said.
She confirmed what we said.
No, hold on. Talia said it was back in high school in a wave b-ball game. Didn't know who he was, so it ain't about the character or where he came from. She didn't care about none of that shit. She was in love with what she saw.
You ain't gotta know where somebody came from to start listening from for them.
That's the word y'all undermining. It's the sight part. I think y'all not giving sight enough credit. The key word is sight. So she's saying she fell in love with that dude based off what she saw, nothing else. And she knew it was a fleeting moment. As soon as he walked out of her sight, she probably wasn't gonna see him again, and she didn't. And that's that. But if she using that memory right now,
if that's the case, I done been in love at first sight a lot, nigga. A lot.
Yeah. But there you go.
Like, I'm not gonna speak their names up in here because some of them and some of them is on this channel. But I don't definitely had that before. If that's what y'all talking about.
Right. So I mean,
it's not the same thing of what I was to believe that. Like I'm gonna go ahead and go a little deep. Like my mom, when she was talking to me about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was saying that she was telling me it does exist, and she was like, it was this one man that she had that for, and she said it was so powerful that she could feel it like static, like static electricity. It would go through her body whenever he was in the room. Like she didn't have to see him, but she could feel it that he was in the room. That's what she told me.
That's
like, that shit must out after y'all era.
That's for real. Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. That's a deep description. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I don't say like somebody that you like, somebody that you mess with like that. and you like them like that, and then when you see them, you get that feeling. That's more so to me that butterfly.
But you still going, and we want to get to solo at some point, but you keep going beyond sight, Jamie. The phrase says love at first sight. Let's just stop there. Have you ever seen a chick who at sight, not exchange of words, nothing? You like, damn, she stopped you in your tracks.
I've had that.
There you go. Well, I mean, if that's not love at first sight, what is it? They coined it, that phrase, for a reason. That's what it is. Now, but I'm glad you gave me a chance to make the distinction between sexy and beauty. You don't lust at beauty, you lust for sexy. I hit that. When you see a chick walking from the back, that's lust. You can't even see her face. She walking from the back. You like her sexy figure. Wow, smash that. That's lust. That ain't
okay.
Yeah.
I like that though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That you put together some good.
That's what we here to do. That's what we here to do. Put it out there.
Yeah.
Y'all.
All right, Solo, you want to get something before I dig into some more comments?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I guess for me it just depends on what you consider, how you describe love and what you consider love to be, right? Some people may say that, when you love somebody, that means that you are, I don't know. When I say love, I mean that I love everything about you inside and out. Not that I just think that you're cute or think that you're attractive, or for me, when I say love is something deeper than that. I don't believe in love at first sight, because of course I have to love the person you are inside, or love that about you. I think that you have to kind of figure out what person is inside of that body before you can consider that. For me, before you can consider it to be I love you, I have to know who you are inside as a person. So no, I don't believe in love at first sight. I think, or a lot of men, they can think that is love at first sight because they are looking at the physical attraction of the girl and not necessarily who she is inside.
Right.
Y'all keep the lights up too, because we don't definitely want up and stuff like that. There's a lot of bad niggas came here that like that shit. Just saying. But yeah, so obviously I agree with Solo. And,
What? I didn't know you could do that.
Shut up.
It happens. It happens.
I didn't know that you can do that, Jamie.
I didn't know he could do it. I didn't know y'all could do it. I ain't gonna say he. I'm gonna say y'all. I ain't know y'all could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But we got a rarity going on today, fellas.
A unicorn.
I actually agree on something.
A once in a million.
Lotto ticket.
Oh my, we need to play the lottery.
For real.
But
let me respond to DV real quick. DV, I would say no to your. DV said, would you marry a woman with love at first sight? Short answer, no, because you of course you got to get to know a person, like Solo was just saying. So I wouldn't marry nobody at love at first sight, but I could say I could fall in love with how somebody. I think Talia said it best. She worded it best. She saw a dude, she couldn't take her eyes off that dude until he walked out of her sight, and that was it. She was in love for that moment.
all right, so when the prince saw Cinderella at the ball, that was love at first sight.
That was some Disney.
So thank you, Solo. I was about to say that next.
That's some Disney shit.
She said this is what I got to say. That was some Disney bullshit. Oh boy. All right, we got more comments though. There was a lot of comments came in. All right, so he said lust and love is different. Let me see. What's the last one? Not about to let him clog up the chat today. John 15 and 13. My boy Takari, I always come with them scriptures. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. So basically, if you willing to put your life on the line for someone, y'all gonna do that for somebody you just met?
Nah.
So it ain't no such thing as love at first sight.
No, but y'all going deeper than sight. That's the part y'all keep going deep. Y'all diving deep. Sight is shallow. Sight is hella shallow. But that's the phrase. I'm being a little literal here now. That the phrase is love at first sight, not character, personality, morals, principles.
You're right.
Yes, I would say biblically that it's possible for love at first sight. If we define love as seek the absolute best for.
I
Look
don't
at
think
King.
that's
Look what King.
biblical. I just think that's how they dated. Like if you look at the old times, the way they dated was, let me introduce you, let me have y'all have a dance, and then y'all engaged and y'all married. Y'all never seen Pride and Prejudice?
I haven't.
Never seen that?
Not yet.
It's that's how they used to date back then.
This nigga Branford said, I fall in love with people who apologize to me.
I saw that. So he got. I don't think he's AI then, because I don't think
told
AI
you
can
can't
do
be a
that.
bot, bro. This is a real person.
Yeah, AI can't do that. Hey, shout out to Branford for that one. That one made me laugh too. I didn't laugh out loud. I said, this nigga crazy. That nigga said, I fall in love with people who apologize. I said, oh shit. Talia said, Talia wants to read her. All right. Yes, I had that too. I would know when he was close to me without seeing him. Damn. She said, I would know when he wasn't coming. Damn. While I was sitting on the bus, I could just feel it. That's crazy.
I gotta
So that's
call
like
my mama tomorrow and find out is this a woman thing.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
was
never
about to say
seen
that. You beat me to it. That's the intuition
Maybe
they
that's
got.
that woman intuition shit y'all be talking
Yeah,
about.
it got to be.
No.
It got to be.
My mama said that. I'm telling you.
A woman intuition is a play on your like certain thing, like your gut intuition, like your gut feeling, like what is your conscious telling you deep down inside. That's what a woman intuition is essentially. And it's not like, I don't think it's just on women. I think men have that ability too, if they were to think, listen to their conscious, like when they see signs. I mean, it's sort of like, how many red flags are you going to ignore before you realize this what it is? So it's like, if I'm showing you this, I show you this on this date, I show you that I'm cheap on this date, I show you I'm cheap on this day, and I show you that I'm cheap on this day, your intuition is going to be telling you this man is cheap.
Yeah. Repetition.
That's it.
What we missing out on one of Talia's comment?
Yeah, I caught that too. Talia want all her comments read. And I usually catch her comments, but they coming in. You got
It's
it, James.
because what's happening is when Michael be slamming us with those spams, it'll go through so fast we don't see it. The next week, I saw him at school, and it took the whole year for me to talk to him. It was the summertime when I finally did. He was 14, I was 17, and didn't give not one fuck.
She say she
So
loves
what
him
exactly did
till
she
this day.
fall in
Damn, that's
love
deep.
with? So what was it exactly did she love about him? I mean, because it has to be his physical attraction. I mean, her physical attraction to him, if she hadn't spoke to him, like, or
Right.
You cooking, Solo. You cooking.
what would it been? What is it that you love about him outside of his physical attraction? But I guess it's at sight. I mean, I get the notion that you find somebody and be like, you're the prettiest person I've ever met, or you're the finest woman I've ever met. But is that love, or is that?
No, she went to the next level because it went beyond sight with her, because she's saying now she clearly was infatuated with his style. Sight is one thing, but then after sight is style, maybe him walking through the hallways and stuff like that. Because she said a whole year, that's a long time, to be keeping up with somebody. And I've done some study on that. I'll say that for a later date. But humans can preserve the longest. We can hold what's the word? Infatuation for each other longer than any other species on Earth.
Now that I can agree with.
Yeah.
Because the animals, they like next.
Yeah. And the research said that. Absolutely.
The way we need to be as humans.
they got it measured though, Solo. When it comes to the animals, it's like minutes. I don't think it went beyond an hour.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
but
because to me, for animals, it is a business. I need children. I need
yeah,
offspring.
that's true.
For humans,
That's true.
We
It
you
spoke
becomes
know,
like
intellectual.
they be trying to love. I don't give a damn if I love you. If I'm a lioness and I need cubs, I want cubs. I want my cubs to be the next king of the jungle.
Yeah, that's what it's
Who
about.
cares if I love you?
Yeah,
I
that's a
just
good
need
point,
you to
Solo.
produce children.
Yeah, that's the animal kingdom for sure. So what do you think the people kingdom went? Where we went too far? Where we went a bridge too far at? 'Cause that's definitely the animal
When you
kingdom.
trying to love somebody, who cares if you love this person? This is a business. Marriage is a
Even on a
business.
human level, that's interesting. You saying even
Absolutely.
on
Absolutely. It is a business.
that's
Love will
interesting, Solo.
come.
Yeah,
Look, love will come.
and it
I
does.
don't. You know what's crazy? I don't disagree, but I just think that doesn't match with the way.
That's why divorce rates are very high.
Because of
Cause
the
you
other
trying to
way. Yeah, people.
cause people put love on top of everything.
Yeah,
Oh, I
No,
love
yeah.
him.
I'm not
Well,
gonna say love.
what about the fact that he or she treats you bad? What about the fact that they keep cheating? What about the fact that he can't provide for you, or she can't, or she ain't got nothing going? What about the fact that yeah,
Yeah,
everybody wants
yeah, yeah, and
this isn't a good business partner.
right.
We're
That's
gonna get further into what I was gonna talk about when we get to that social media part.
all right. All right, cool.
But yeah, I agree with some of that and I disagree with some of that. But let me read catch up on this. She said it wasn't his style. He had on the warm-ups because he was a
It was above.
boss. It was his
It was his
energy,
energy.
aura,
Already
he
admitted.
admitted, and yeah, his face and smooth chocolate skin and fine curly hair. Plus, he's 6'4".
She getting it
Pretty
all
much
out.
the
This
typical shit that I be talking about.
That's the
But yeah,
physical, but that's the physical
that's
though.
physical
that is.
though.
It is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
And but if we can connect the dots before we move on to the next segment, all the dots could be connected. So to fall in love with somebody physically first, but don't pay attention to what Solo is saying about all the what they call them red flags, then that's the person's that's self-inflicted. That person brought that on themselves for ignoring the red flags. But my research say romantic love will do that to a person. It'll make you only focus on the things you like and sweep aside everything else about it. And that's why they say love is blind. I'll leave it there.
Lust is like you're hot. Let's do
Right.
bedroom. Love is like I like your face. I
Thank
want
you.
to
I said that.
make you soup when you're sick and sick shit.
I think that's a good comment, Brad. Shout out to Brad. I don't know if you heard me say that earlier, but I said part of that earlier. Yeah, lust and yeah. That's it. Cheap viewers.
I don't think they can necessarily go together though. I'm gonna have to chime.
Hezekiah say Talia having a relapse, y'all. For real. That's what I said, Hezekiah.
That's
Hezekiah
crazy.
said
She
Talia
said that
having a
she can be with
relapse.
anybody. Y'all see this shit?
I
She
saw
said
that.
she can
Yeah,
be with anybody. If he called, I'm on my way. That's
that's
crazy.
if she get that from a song, though, that's the song that
I don't give a damn. She's saying it too.
yeah, no, she's saying it. But yeah, that is crazy though. Now that's kind of to what Solo was saying. You wiping away all logic, all reasoning.
I ain't gonna throw me in there.
No,
Nah,
you said it though. Oh, you made
that's
a
a
good
lot of our
point.
women these days logic these days though. They do
Yeah,
that
Now,
shit.
how did she turn into all our women?
I say a lot of these women. This is the truth. That's why
Maybe ain't
they'll
nobody
put
showing us something better.
they'll put a lot of the looks and the love they have because they looks over all of that. I'm just saying. I'm not even saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that's how most of them typically think. And as men, you only can lower, you can only try to even the playing field by making yourself attractive in other ways. What up, Ali? Is you froze?
Who, me?
No, touch, you froze.
Mm.
I don't have the capacity for lust. Doesn't exist in me. I do have the ability to love. I mean, that's good for you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do you know the difference?
A
I mean,
beautiful face
love is
doesn't make a
like I.
man want to smash. It makes them want to marry her. I mean, he's right about that. See, I know a lot of dudes that, like, for instance, I ain't gonna throw him under the bus. One of my friends, I'm gonna say it. One of my friends, like, he almost acts as if you can't be attractive unless you got a butt. And I'd be like, nigga, no. Like, for me, I'm a face guy. I'm a face card guy. The butt and the, and boobs and all that, that's a plus. But certain dudes think like you ain't that they won't even look at you like that if you don't have it. And I think that
Yeah.
I do think that's more so lustful. But
Well, I mean, ultimately, I feel like you being, and I'm gonna address a comment in here. You being attracted to someone, I would hope that it would be more than the physical attraction is just a bonus. Because to be honest, it's guys in the world that I don't think is attractive. Maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, they like a 5 or they like a 4. But if he's treating you nice and he's doing right by you and he cleans up well, like he not like no, like he's like what you call it? What you call it when you clean up well?
Well
What you do?
grown.
What you grown? That's it. I was like,
Yeah,
what you do with
grown.
dogs? That's what I was about to say. If he's well
Damn.
groomed, don't
Go
let him
ahead.
have some style for himself, like some swag.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna have a problem getting girls if he's treating them right and he's well groomed. Like
Okay.
it's don't let him be funny. Like I to me, it ain't always been about them being cute. Like they don't necessarily have to be cute because once you start liking them, they're gonna become cute. They're gonna be the
That's
finest
true.
person in the world
Yeah.
that's
to
both
you.
ways. I agree with that. That's both
Yeah.
ways.
Research show that.
For
Research
women,
show that.
for
Yeah.
women, if she, you know, is really nice, she caters to the things that she know you need. She's supportive. She's gonna naturally start looking better to you.
I'm describing Michael Blackston. You the one that you the one who wrote the comment. Look at the
No, I
comment.
think I think that person talking to Talia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay, okay.
Talia said something about the dude being tall, dark, and 6'4" or something like that. I don't think Michael
Oh
Blackson's
my
six
god.
four, but yeah,
But
we'll
he's the
find
one that
out.
made the comment. A beautiful face don't make a man want to smash. It makes them want to marry her. I think
I,
that is a huge problem.
the married part is a problem. Man, what else? Let me, because I kind of agree with that, Solo. So what part of that is the problem?
To me, first of all, a beautiful face, if that did want to make you smash, because I think that you should only be having sex with someone that you're in a serious committed relationship with and then you
Uh huh.
plan on marrying, if not already married. I
Hmm.
don't I don't agree with this casual sexual relationships that's going on now in our community where y'all not in a relationship, y'all don't go on dates, y'all don't do anything but text, can I slide through? So I don't agree with just casually having sex with somebody because they want to have sex.
So
That's
I'm
just not
wrong
my
for what I'm about
style.
to do when I get off.
So anyway, but then it says a beautiful face don't make her want to smash, right? So maybe she just because she cute, that don't make me want to have sex with her, but that makes me want to marry her.
I wouldn't go that far, but she does. So Talia, let me say this. What? Who was it that left that comment? Um, we addressed that already. That so we won't be redundant with that. What he's saying is a pretty face doesn't make you want to smash. I said that earlier, right, Jamie?
Yeah, yeah.
It's more of an art thing. It's like you looking at you are mesmerized by the art of a pretty face, opposed to a sexy body that'll make you want to smash. So we hit that horse more than enough. We can move on from that.
I'm
But I
gonna
did want
address
to get
that
your take
really
on
quick
that.
though.
Uh,
I think what Solo gotta see is that men and women don't think alike. That's Men are very visual.
very,
So
yes,
being very pretty, like
yes,
I've said before, gets you in the door.
yeah,
It's automatically gonna get you in the door. All that's left after that, for the most part, oh, she's supportive, she listens and cooperative, she got a ring. It's that simple
yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Okay.
Women, it takes a whole lot more for them to kind of be, committed to you.
Okay. Can I jump in real quick,
Sure,
Tom,
go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
in
Mm-hmm.
response to that? Now, if a woman said, if he got a lot of money, that gets him in the door, would that be a problem?
No, because we
That's what I
understand
think
that.
in the chat.
That's the problem.
Oh my
Men,
God.
we understand even if it's not, some of the stuff don't even be fair to us.
Right.
We
In
still
our favor.
understand.
Right.
Like something with the money thing, even though the odds of that happening is low because you have very few rich men in the world. Like you're talking about what, 5% of 10% of the world at best,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to a lot of the women that say some stuff like he got to be 6 feet plus. Now you eliminated 90% of the men in the world. That's something we can't change. So that's different.
No, I don't think it's different, and I
How is
don't
it not?
think I don't think that it's different. I think it's the exact same thing.
Exactly.
You are
Because we
attracted
had
to
this
the
conversation
physical.
before earlier today. You remember?
You are attracted to the physical, and women are attracted to the wealth. What is the
We're not
difference?
talking about the well part. That's not the part I'm talking about. I already said, I addressed you on that. I said no, there's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know how you
But so
double
what?
back.
What are you saying? What are you saying is totally different?
I I just said it. I said when it comes to that, men understands that that's typically what a lot of women desires.
Desire, even if it don't work in our favor.
Yeah,
Right.
even if it's not exactly in most men's favor, we still understand it.
We understand it. Right.
Right. And I was saying now on the flip side, another thing that a lot of them try to say is something such as he has to be 6 feet. That is something that a man, no matter what he does, he can't change that.
Right, but that gets him in the door. Right? Just like you said, just like you saying a girl being ugly, if you don't find her attractive, that doesn't she's not getting in the door. So if he's less than 6'5", he's not getting in the door.
Now that is the same thing. But the difference is, like I said, men accept it. We don't try to attack them and say, oh, you wrong for this and stuff like that because of it. We just
But
go with
y'all
the
do
ones
with
that
the
see the data.
money. Y'all definitely do with the money. If she says I want a wealthy guy, women definitely get attacked for wanting a guy with money.
Okay, so since you want to go there, let me go ahead and go there. The difference between that is, like I said, is a very small percentage of men with
No,
money like that. Yes,
no.
it is. You can say no all you want. The numbers will
Well,
support what I'm saying.
because when you say have money, I mean that depends on that's the within the eye of the beholder. That is an opinion. Some women may think if he has $100,000 saved, he got money. Some women may think that if he got a $500,000 saved, that is some money. Some women
Um,
may say that if he has his own business, that's him
Let me go ahead
taking
and continue because what you're saying still
advantage.
falling under what I'm saying. You said 100,000. Guess what? 100,000 is still only a very small percentage of the world. You're acting like a lot of people have that. They don't.
Well, I'm saying first of all, I wasn't done. I said that depends on the eye of the beholder. 100,000 is just where I started at, and plenty of men have that in their retirement accounts, have that in equity in their homes. I mean, so it just depends on what you consider to be a lot of money, right? So a woman can say she makes 40,000 and he makes 120. She may think that's a lot of money, but then you may get another woman that may say $500,000 is a lot of money. So you're saying that less of this world, less than 1% of this world makes $500,000 or have $500 saved? Not the United States.
Yes. The United States is the richest country, and they don't have it. That's 1% of the United States. So you really think it's not less than 1% of the world?
You're talking about people. You're talking about completely saved.
No, I am talking about people who make 500 grand.
No, I agree. I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about in wealth. Completely. That is not.
You know they don't help your case, right?
No, it does help my case, because if I have $200,000 saved in a retirement account, if I have a pension, that's money. Or say, for example, he doesn't have money, but he has a good job making $32 an hour. That's money. That's wealth. Well, I'm gonna move on, because I think that the goalpost has been moved like all the time. So let's just go back to the original question. Like I said, but
I didn't get to get out my entire point to make the example anyway.
The point that I was making was that women are criticized heavily for wanting a man with money, but men who want a girl with a pretty face or a nice butt or a nice body, do they get criticized for that, or is that the standard in y'all community?
Once again, I'm going to say it again. For the most part, men accept that women want certain things. They don't try to. Like I said, the money situation is a little different, because we're just telling. Can I get done, bro?
No, it's not. It's not. There's not a difference. It's the exact
It is.
same
If you let me explain, you'll see how it's
women are
different. You want
called
to keep
gold
talking?
diggers.
Let me get done, and then maybe you'll see how it's different.
No, I don't. You've already said the same thing.
No, I haven't. You cut me out before I got finished.
Like, I don't want to hear your
All right,
point.
I'm gonna say it.
Comment commercial break. Comment commercial break, y'all. We gotta do a
This is the
commercial break.
thing. The difference between the two is you're talking about something that's a very small percentage of men. That is what the difference is. An attractive woman is very common. A cute girl and up is very common. That's not rare. That's over 60% of the whole women population. That is the difference. You're talking about 1% to 60%. That's the difference.
Talia say this is a stream she should have been on, so now we know what her topic is. So we got you, Talia. Talia could replace Cairo.
You can come on now. If you want, I'll drop the link.
Talia,
but what I'm saying is, it's a massive difference. We can move on now if you want to, but that's the difference.
Yeah. All right, commercial break in the comment section.
All right, let's catch up on some comments.
Let's see. I saw Hezekiah drop a good one. Shout out to All In. I see All In. This culture make the OnlyFans girl the wife now. There's a difference between a trophy wife and seeing something thick that you wouldn't mind checking off the list. A man might smash a woman on OnlyFans, but he's not going to marry her. That's TK. We desire wealth. That's All In speaking for the ladies. All In say that's her preference. Animals don't know the difference between love or lust. SG. Hezekiah said this conversation definitely became love versus lust. On that note, let's move on. Hezekiah said this conversation definitely became love versus lust. Let's go, y'all.
You went through all of them?
I don't think so. Once I got to that, I was like, we could probably. You want to catch the rest of them, or let me see. Hold on.
Well, no, it's not. She said she moved the goalposts on the original topic. I think we've been past the original topic, though. We're talking about love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
Then the conversation turned into women preferring men with wealth, and men preferring women who are attractive. Girl, where you been?
All right.
All right,
So
moving on. Yeah.
I guess we can go. That was pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on. Go ahead and move on to the next. So now we're gonna deal with violence in the hood. So for those of y'all that wasn't here, when I first described this topic, pretty much what I'm talking about here is, you know how I think in our community, a lot of the times people complain about, like, people want to just, once they get on, they get their money, they forget about the hood. But a lot of rebuttals to that would be people saying, well, when people do try to come back to the hood, y'all start hating, jealousy and envy start to surface, and you end up like, let's go ahead and just name a few: Nipsey Hussle, Young Dolph, who's some more? It's a lot. It's a couple of them.
Man, it's
Got in
it's so
their
many.
own
Those
hood.
those the biggest names. Yeah, you got the dude out of Dallas, Mo3, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, Mo
you got
3.
I got some little homies. They not nationwide known, but they wiped out a whole generation of rappers where I'm from. So yeah, it got so bad people stopped counting, bro. Like, so you got the famous names, but it's a damn what's the word, epidemic at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, Kay, we just got through speaking on whether or not love at first sight is a true thing, or is that just a fantasy. So that's what you just missed, and it kind of got mixed up in a couple things, but still in that same range. Now we're talking on whether or not, um, whether or not you feel rich celebrities or people who just in general that end up becoming very successful and move out of the hood, whether they should still deal with the hood, or is there a way that they can still be among their neighborhood and not worry about being later on assassinated in their own neighborhood? A lot of time when it do happen, it happens to by somebody that's close to them in their neighborhood that where they're from.
Say so
So
P. TK put Say So P out of Memphis. That's another one. It's, man, the list so long. All of them just not famous. Huh?
yeah,
Bro, I
shit.
see it on a weekly frequency. I see a news story every week. Drill rapper get killed in whatever part of the country. So yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad.
Yeah, the point is we know it happened. So let's go
Right.
ahead and dive on whether or not we think there is a way that you can, be in the hood still, or still be able to be active in your hood without being taken out.
What, you want me to go first,
Or do
then?
you think you should just avoid it at all costs,
Yeah.
and whichever way you feel like is the best way for you to do it? Yeah, you can go ahead and go first if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Avoid it at all costs, man. We have too many examples. And I was that guy who thought that was the right thing to do. That's why the Nipsey Hussle murder hurt me so bad, because he made my dream come true. I've been honest and transparent with y'all. I was a rapper in my 20s. I was in that rap world heavy in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now. So when Nipsey made it, he did what I wanted to do, but I didn't get a chance to do because I didn't become a successful rapper. And to see that taken away from him, that broke my spirit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I don't think it's no longer. We got too many examples to still think that's a good idea. The original idea, and I'll conclude my comment after this. The original idea was to stick around for inspiration and to motivate the people that's in your community. Hey, if I could do it, and I'm from where you from, and I'm still here showing you how to keep it hood, you could do it. That was the whole concept of it. And then when we started losing rappers from New York to LA to Miami to Memphis to Chicago and everywhere else, I mean, I don't think it's no longer a good idea.
Solo, you want to share your opinion on it?
Yeah, for me, I think that they, I mean, of course, it doesn't seem like on the outside looking in that a lot of these rappers are surviving. Like it seems like they are getting like killed because they're now in the hood. But I think that it's a bigger issue, and it's not gonna apply to all the rappers, but it is gonna apply to some of the rappers. I think that a lot of times when you do have people who come out of the hood and they make it, I think a lot of the first things that they want to do, even I'm not even talking about on a rapper scale, but maybe even like on smaller scales, like on like even like when you got a girl that maybe went and got her education and maybe now she's a nurse and now she's coming back to her hood. Like, and I'm not even talking about suburban girls. I'm talking about girls who like really grew up in the hood and like nobody is really making the type of money that she makes, right? Because she grew up in the ghetto, whatever. She grew up in foot homes in Memphis. I'm just playing, but that's just examples, like the ghetto, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like a lot of times when we go out and make it and make a certain caliber of money, a lot of times we like to come back as as specifically as black people, we like to come back and stunt on people who live in our hoods now, right? So in on a rapper scale is real bad because not only are you stunting in my face, not only are you stunting online, you know, you got stacks of money, you got all these chains, you riding around in this nice car, you're stunning to me that you got all this money, right? But not only do I have to see that on social media, right? Now I gotta be walking to the corner store, you know, maybe I'm standing on the corner store selling bags of weed or whatever. I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm making this little bit of money. Now here you come riding through the hood, you know, sort of stunning on
Yeah.
us, right?
Yeah.
You driving in a $200,000 car, you got 5 chains on, you got, you know what I'm saying, then you got a $100,000 on you. These people get jealous, they get envious, and they say what all people who are living in poverty say: I'm finna rob him.
Yeah.
Robbery turns bad, it turns into murder. Or maybe I was guaranteed some money to take you out, right?
Yeah.
So over some stuff that I have nothing to do with. I think that so that's where I think the part of I think a lot of people see these rappers stunt about how much money they got, how much, you know, how many cars they got, and they're not, and you know, they just stun, right? They, you know, they just stun, whatever. So a lot of these people get jealous, they get envious, and they get desperate. But then I think that if they changed, I feel like if they didn't go back to the hood with that mentality of stunning on them and not only go through the hood just to ride around and see what's going on, but to go there and probably try to invest in these people, that's where they should sort of that's where I feel like they can make the difference, right? Like, let's see, how can I invest in my homeboys, just like LeBron did, where they're not jealous of me and they will try to take me out, right? Let's try to see how can I invest in this because I mean I would sometimes I mean this may just be oblivious of me, but I just think that if you are a celebrity and you're investing in your community and these people like you, they're more going to be inspired by you instead of jealous of you. And I think a lot of that violence comes from the jealousy and the
It
envy
does.
instead of it being like, damn, I wish I could do the things that you've
Right.
done. Let me work on this. Let me ask you for help. You know, a lot of times it's jealousy,
Yeah.
and so that turns into violence. So I think that if they redirected the way if they changed the way they came back to the hood, that they would get a different response from the hood. So that's my opinion.
You know, I actually agree with a lot of the stuff you said, Solo. So I'm gonna say this though. I do think there is a way that you can still be very active in the hood, and it's actually quite simple if you think about it. The problem with this situation, if you pay attention to what all of them got in common, all of these niggas was active in the hood and they were like active gang members. Now, I think if you are a gang member, formerly or currently, you can't. Because you're always going to have that somebody. It goes by, it's like that song Tupac said on this song Changes. You know, at the very end, the last verse, he said, and I always got to worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back after all these
them
years.
years.
Rat, tat,
Rat,
tat,
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 tat.
tat,
That's the
tat.
way it
That's
is.
the way it is. That's cold.
That's going to be a factor for you if you had that going on. Now, if you never was actively gang banging, maybe killed somebody in the past, you know, did somebody wrong that you know it and stuff like that, and the whole hood knew you as that guy that, man, yeah, bro, he was a cool dude, man, and stuff like that. Yeah, no, he off limits, bro. Y'all can't touch him. That is a thing. So if you're like that, but you just in the hood and you're giving back, they're not gonna. I would love to bet on they're not gonna touch you because you're not involved in that life.
But
I'm not saying it's not gonna be nobody that
does
get
it only
jealous
take
of you,
one? Right.
but at the same time, the hood itself would protect you. They'll be like, nah, bro, he ain't got nothing to do with that.
Jamie,
but I truly believe that.
But we don't have no examples of that. I want to
because everybody that we get be those type of niggas. Name a nigga who wasn't like that. That's doing it.
Solo already said it. LeBron did it, and I was gonna ask that question, but she answered it without me asking it. Who did it the best? And you got it. Even though LeBron ain't a rapper, you got to give. I know you guys. You know, you got your thing about LeBron.
No, you know good well when it comes to off the court, I praise him.
Well, he's the best that ever did it, but he's not a rapper.
Why?
Certain things.
Who did it better than LeBron when it came to keeping it hood but getting? Now he did it the best. There's no other example. So Jamie, what you say? I love what you're saying.
He didn't
but give
necessarily
us one
give. I'm
example
say
of who
this.
successfully
He
did
didn't
it.
necessarily give back to the he's not actively living in the hood. First time.
Jamie, go finish your point because I got to clap back. Go ahead.
I'm just saying he's not actively
Nobody
living
in American history, bro. Nobody in American history has made it and put all of their homeboys on like LeBron did. If that ain't keeping the hood, I throw the towel in.
And that there, I agree with. That's
Nobody else has done that the way he did it. Nobody I'm talking white people too. Nobody in American history has grew up with their childhood homeboys, made it, and put all them Negroes on. No rapper, football, nobody has done it. So LeBron has given us. I know you got your thing about him. LeBron might be listening though, so take
just
go
said
easy
I don't
on him.
off the court. I don't.
You did say that, but so this is my last point on it. I think he gave us the best example, bro. I think LeBron gave us off the court. LeBron gave us the best example of how that man is from the projects of Cleveland. Don't leave that out. LeBron is from the projects of Cleveland. No, Akron. I'm sorry, he's from Akron.
Right.
He made it and put all his child dope. If that ain't keeping the hood, I ain't gonna say forget the rest of the hood, but the city. No, hey, that nigga put everybody who was cool with him on. Come on, that's it.
But see, look, that's the thing. LeBron is pretty much proving my point.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would like to say that LeBron can go back to his hood and stay there if he wanted to,
but he don't.
Why? Because he grew up in the hood.
Right.
He knows those parts.
Mm-hmm.
And he was never an active gang banger, pushing drugs and stuff like that. So they ain't gonna touch him. He ain't involved.
But he still. Is it wise? Because going back to the original question, and I love this topic. Going back to the original question, is it wise for him to go back? Jamie, I said this to you in a private conversation.
I think
it's best.
I think
he invested. Solo, he put the I Promise Club, I Promise School there.
The school don't get me started on that school, Taj. You don't.
It's a start, Solo. Go ahead.
Please.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Solo gonna cook you together with that one.
Put me on the grill. So pull out the seasoning. Go ahead.
Oh my God! Do not make me pull it. Do not make me.
Solo,
I think he
nobody
was
in
on that
black
school too.
solo. Name somebody. I was gonna say Black American history. I'm gonna say American history. Name somebody who made it, went back to their city and built. Even if it's a charter school, which means you using
No,
private and public.
no, it's a public school. He don't control the curriculum. He don't control nothing for that school.
And
All
he
he
didn't
get
even
is
put
the
that much money
money.
into it either. Folks don't know that.
He only
It's
put
a
them. He only put money into it, and then he went in there and hired white teachers. So how did
And
that
it's white teachers
benefit?
teaching them, and the
And
curriculum,
it's white
and
teachers.
they're
So
failing.
how did black people benefit from that school? And they failing. Of course, though, when you leave black children to be taught by white women, that's the same thing. That's the same problem with public school.
Yeah.
LeBron in that school did not make a systematic change to the education system.
So
He
it's not
don't
a.
build a curriculum.
Mhm.
He didn't hire white teachers, and he didn't hire them to do exactly what they're doing in public school, to miseducate them. And
So
they
that's not a charter.
failing.
So LeBron school is an all public school, not
It
charter.
is a public school, but charter
Oh
schools are public schools
no,
too.
it's a hybrid. Charter schools are a hybrid of public and private money. So the ruling could be a little different. Like Montessori schools and all that. I'm familiar with a few of them.
LeBron school is public as
Yeah,
hell,
my high
and
school now is a charter.
it would have been different if he would have hired, like, if this would have been a full, if he was in that jump discriminating, but he not.
So damn. I mean, that's the case. I mean, it's still. I mean, so
They slapped his name on it.
that's what I don't want to even mention his name. I was gonna say the
And look,
president. Uh,
and I'm scared to say I want to know if LeBron got a tax credit for it.
he probably did.
Mm,
I'm
But
certain.
but
mm,
the all right. Solo time.
mm,
I mean, I'm just
mm.
saying, you don't want to put it out there.
Mm.
Listen, y'all. So to Solo and Jay, like, do y'all value motivation and inspiration? But
Absolutely not. That's the church.
damn, you said that's the church.
Else I value
Ain't that a
money
fact?
and
Hey, that's
sacrifice.
exactly what the church there for.
Money and
That's exactly what they
sacrifice. That
do.
is
That's
it.
precisely what they do.
I'm
Yeah.
so sick of my people being sold on hope and
That's exactly.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
So him going, let me get this straight before we move on. So this man making it, putting his homeboys on. So Solo, you saying he went wrong when he got to the school part and he allowed it to be a full public, which he doesn't have no control over the curriculum. And
But what else has
he
he done? He did a this is
huh?
what else has he done other than the school?
Solo, he did enough. Now, usually I don't defend LeBron like that. I'm not a huge LeBron fan. I'm not I don't go at him like
Okay, so
Jamie.
you ain't no D fan. I mean, other than the school, I mean, people bring up the school, and
He,
I'm like, the school isn't a good argument.
but Solo,
Y'all
let's do
can't.
okay. Solo, let me do. All right, I'm gonna do you how I do Jamie. Sometimes I have to use your words against you. Now, 30 breaths ago, 30 breaths
Uh-huh.
ago, you said LeBron. What you said? He put all this home. You the one who brought that into the
Yeah, that's what
conversation.
I'm saying. Yeah, to stop him. Yeah, and I mean, that was one thing that he did. I mean, we were on the topic about when we were on the topic about violence in the hood,
Uh huh.
like that makes it a safer environment if you're putting money in the hood and investing in the hood. People are going to be inspired by you to do things, not necessarily envious of you. So I said, like,
Mm-hmm.
it would be nice if they came back and invested in their homeboys like LeBron did. But I ain't gonna say LeBron is no
That's what you said.
advocate
There you
of.
go. Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna say he no advocate.
But
I
what we
don't
trying to get to, Solo,
or nothing.
Solo, we trying to name who set the best example so far in our culture or
I,
country,
oh well,
but
that's what I
specifically our
mean.
culture.
And if you're, I mean, how many homeboys did he put on? 10.
10. Let's say 10.
Let's
That's a
say
lot.
10. That means
Let's say 10
he helped 10 black
families.
families.
Yes.
Now
Come on now.
compare that to the amount of money that LeBron got. Do you think he should have been helped 10 black families or more than 10 black families?
I think
Yeah.
because you don't want to help the person that's gonna come back and kill you, so he helped the people around him. And so him going back trying to fix the whole Akron, the whole hood side of Akron, that he
Yeah,
probably like, yo,
that's what he
I,
should have did with his money. Yes, that's what he should have did with his money. Akron should be a a thriving fucking city. It shouldn't be a hungry black person in Akron by now compared to the money LeBron and got.
all right, Solo, we got our first debate. So why is it LeBron's fault when that's what the tax dollar's supposed to do? Now,
But are they doing it? But are
so
they doing it?
LeBron can ask the same question. LeBron could say, and I don't defend LeBron like this, but I defend what I think is right. LeBron, so why does he have to fix up Akron if that's what the tax dollars are for?
I think there's, let's just say that he's advocating for the politicians to spend money in the black community, which he is not.
He's not.
He's not, right? So he sees that that city been the way it looked, the city been in the same rate for 30 years. Obviously, no tax dollars is going to Akron that's different from the previous year. So he should think, hey, I have $100 million that I can write off as a tax credit if I do this, or if I do this. Hey, accountant, how can I invest in my city and use my money and potentially get a tax credit back for investing in my community?
He would definitely get the tax credit. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's one of
But
my
is
biggest
that
issues.
this is
Yes,
interesting,
that is
Solo,
his
because I,
responsibility as someone who has made it. It's not like we're talking about somebody who makes $100,000 a year and they have to focus on meeting their bills. LeBron has his bills in his accounts and investments over a zillion times. He should be investing way more money into his community. Black people are struggling. It's not all about him. His money is just sitting there. His kids are real fed. They don't have to worry about struggling. How about he go to his community and figure out how can he build in his community? I'm sure it's charities in his community that are already doing the work. He reaches out to them, consults with them. How can I help you guys further your mission to help our communities? I mean, I'm not saying he needs to create a mastermind. It's people already doing this that he can just put money into. I mean, he's going to get a tax credit for it. That's just, and not just LeBron. I'm not picking on him. I think a lot of our celebrities, it is their responsibility to go back to their communities and invest. Like, black people are struggling. We're still last, and you have disposable income that you need to use to invest in the community. I'm not talking
all
about
right,
normal Joe. I'm talking
all right,
about our billionaires. You got $10 million
all right,
in
so
an account. You
all
need
right,
to invest
Solo.
in the community.
So Solo, what about the word appreciation? And then I want to read a comment real quick. So Hezekiah
Okay.
says, "Man, Shaq fixed up a movie theater that we already wasn't going to. We went to it after it was fixed for a couple years, and now that shit is practically closed." So wherever Hezekiah is from, did they appreciate Shaq giving back with the
That's
movie theater?
not no damn institution. That's a business for him. How
Uh
does
huh.
having a movie theater benefit the black community? How does that benefit us in a way? He needs to be making an institution that's needed for a community. That's entertainment.
All right. So Solo, what? Before we move on,
I do
what should
think
a
we should be
successful?
so.
What should a? What you got, Jamie?
I was gonna say I do think I agree with her that we be so quick to be happy over small, the bare minimum. They were like, oh, whoever doing this for us, it could be anyone, and it'd be something like what you
Restaurants.
said, a movie theater or shit, some fucking. It can be like,
So
oh, we
what's
open a
this?
book club, like, bro.
Uh huh. All right. So what's the solution? Look, I have aspirations. If I'm ever blessed to be wealthy, I'm asking y'all, what's the solution? Okay,
Okay,
Tati.
this is one thing LeBron could have done. LeBron could have served as a bank for people in Akron who wanted to buy homes. He could have served as a bank. Hey, I'm going to lend this family $200,000 to buy a home. This family, now they got to pay me back just like a mortgage company. Now I'm making money. I'm not like, I mean, how much? I think you can like create a credit union. Like, it's not that hard. That's something that you can do. Rent out serve as like a credit union for let's just say black people trying to buy homes. Like that is something that he could have done. He's a bank. Now I don't have to go buy. I don't have to go buy Navy Federal Credit Union for a mortgage. I can go to LeBron Bank and ask for a
And get
credit
the and if you don't pay
ask
your
for a
mortgage,
mortgage.
then LeBron get the house back. That's a great answer.
But I'm gonna say
That's a
this
great
though.
answer.
I'm gonna say
I'm
this.
glad
It
I
goes
asked you
back
that. That's a
to
great answer. That's one of the
it
best
goes
answers
back
I ever
to
heard.
our
Yeah.
private conversation that we used to have, Todd. Remember where I told you that I believe a lot of them folks' money is like a credit line?
Yeah.
That's truly what I think it is, bro. Because you can't tell me that all of these guys, like, look at how many rich black celebrities we got, and none of them has come up with the idea that we can want to do something for our people. It's something that they have in place that's stopping them from doing it.
Yeah.
Now,
So
us,
you didn't
us
went
not
public with
being
it.
part of that tax bracket yet,
Mm-hmm.
we don't exactly know what it is.
Uh-huh.
Especially, as entertainers and stuff like that, they have something in place to stop them from doing it.
Now, what I like about the bank idea is that you intentionally granting the loans, not granting. You intentionally giving the loans.
Approval. Yeah.
There you go. Thanks, Solo. You approving the loans because grants you don't have to pay back. You approving the loans to your people, and if they're not responsible enough to pay their mortgage, at least LeBron Bank or my bank. That's a great idea, Solo. You get the house back. Like, hey, I gave you a chance. I gave you a loan that I kind of knew you probably wasn't gonna be responsible for, but you can't say I didn't. I'm on record giving you a shot. You didn't pay the mortgage. My bank gets the house back, and I'm gonna give somebody else a chance with this house. So
Absolutely.
I think that's a great idea. That's one of the best ideas I ever heard for wealthy people who got money out there.
All right. So let's go ahead and I want to catch up on some of these comments because we got a lot of them that hadn't been addressed.
Mm-hmm.
But if they was living a life at some point, most times it comes back around. Not sure where that's in reference
They
to.
talking about going. That's the Tupac reference you made with the verse. That verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You can always get back, but being in the hood is tough. Oh, she said drop the link a while back. My bad, Talia. I'm just not seeing it. I'll drop it.
Yeah, bring Talia in. Let's see what's up with Talia. Talia say this her topic. So all in, I see you all in. But you had it, Jamie. I'll let you finish reading the comments unless you want me to take
People
it
are
from.
always
Yeah.
on those who have more, whether they brag or not. I'll say this though. I think when you brag about it, you do put a bigger target on you.
Hell yeah. That's what Solo was saying.
Yeah.
Coming back to your point, I'm gonna give you some credit too,
It
Jamie.
creates
Yeah.
more envy.
Yeah, hell
Sure.
yeah. When you come back and stunt,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But it ain't
Like
safe,
it's
bro.
different when somebody got the money, but he's wearing khakis and a polo shirt every day with regular shoes, driving a regular Toyota. Then a nigga who's driving, blasting his music in a Lamo, and he always got a bunch of money on him, carrying it with him, with designer clothes and nice watch, and then he over there stunting on niggas talking about, yeah, these broke ass niggas, this and that. You're way more likely to get robbed or killed than the guy, dressing like he's don't even have it like that.
So who would y'all say set the best example? I think Solo agreed that LeBron did set one of the best examples of how to do it. Before we move on from the question, Jamie, did you give an answer on who you would give credit to giving one of the best examples of how to take care of the hood or lift up the hood?
All I know, I don't know one. All I know is these niggas better stop coming back to the hood with turkeys.
Yeah,
And
for real.
fucking
Yeah.
Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
You gonna go buy my baby, you gonna go bring 15 PS5s to the hood.
Remember, I talked to you about it. I talked to you about it before, Todd. I
Yeah,
thought
you
it was the
did.
closest thing I thought to it. But he fucked up I told you, the closest thing to me is somebody who grew up in the hood, who can get gangster, but not necessarily a game banker, got money, and intelligent. The closest thing to me that fills all of those slots. Oh yeah, and influence was Tupac. He just got taken out way too early. He even was
Yeah.
creating. He even had in his bag that he was going to create a black political party. He had all of that shit he was trying to do.
So
And then the hood
Tupac,
resonated with him because he grew up in the hood.
right. So to the question, Jamie, even Tupac got caught up in keeping it too hood because that was his demise.
Yeah, that's why I say you can't, him signing with Death Row is kind of what led to it.
It wasn't. See, I got to be careful saying this because I live out here. So, so it wasn't so much.
You said I
Not,
do too. You give it that. I'm gonna
bro.
say it.
But what I'm saying is, okay, him signing with Death Row is one thing. And this is the part I want to be careful with. I ain't trying to rub nobody the wrong way. The people he embraced and who he chose to move through the city with is another thing. You see what I'm saying? So you could be signed to a hood label because you can't say everybody on Death Row was necessarily doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to speak on how they was moving, but from the outside looking in, it's like Tupac chose to go into certain areas. One thing I'm gonna go ahead and say this: since I've been in LA 10 plus years, I've always respected areas I don't. You know
You
what I'm
kind of
saying?
hold up. You
Yeah.
say you always respected what?
Like they gangland, they hood culture, and if I don't have to go in their areas, I don't. Tupac did is the point I'm trying to make, and it cost him. Tupac through and through. This is my last point. Tupac through and through was a born revolutionary, bro. And if I didn't learn no other lesson from him, the lesson I learned was keep those worlds separate: the revolutionary world and the ghetto hood world, the game, the street world. That
Yeah,
was the
but
lesson I took from him. Go ahead.
even Suge Knight himself, though, the founder of it, was talking about the label that everybody on our label, is on Death Row. That's the reason, or is affiliated with that type of life. That's pretty much what he said. The reason he got his name. So I mean,
Mm,
it is what it is. It's not like I'm talking down on them. I'm just saying what the nigga who created this said.
right.
So what I'm saying is him signing with them and starting to, do things that's part of that life.
That part. That's the
And that's
that's
what I
the
was saying.
that's what got him took out. That part. Go ahead.
But if he never would have signed with Death Row in the first place, he probably never would have did that shit.
I mean, we don't have to go back and forth about it, but I disagree with that because other artists on Death Row didn't have to move the way Tupac moved once he signed. So the second part you said where
I'm not blaming Death Row for it. Let me put that on
right.
record.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying it probably wouldn't have happened if he never signed with them. But I understand you in jail and shit like that. You want to get out. Shit.
Man, his uncle, if I'm not mistaken, God bless his soul, I think he's gone. His uncle, and we should have video proof of this. His uncle, and I rest my case on this. His uncle was basically saying when he tattooed Thug Life across his stomach, he had to ask Tupac, his nephew, bro, what the hell is you doing? You a Black Panther. And I'm paraphrasing what his uncle said. And so at that moment, he was, if I remember it correctly, Pop basically told him, I gotta bring them into the movement. And this is how I gotta, recruit them. I gotta go kind of live how they live, And because we saw how Tupac was in what was that, middle school or high school? He was, nigga, I grew up more hood than Tupac if you comparing our high school days. I mean, I don't need no street cred. I ain't looking for no. But based off what I saw him, the way he behaved as a middle high school student and the niggas I grew up around, like he couldn't have hung with us behaving like that. Like, nah, Paul, you
I
gotta
agree. Same with
you
me.
can't be talking like
Same
that.
with me.
Yeah. He couldn't have ran with me. And I ain't ran with the toughest thugs of the city, but I ran with some niggas that was hood enough to be like Tupac a little too sweet in his middle high school years. You know what I mean? So him trying to, you could look at that right there, and I love Pac, man. I love him as a revolutionary. You could look at that right there, and how we say it in our culture, bro. You ain't like that. So when he became like that, it cost him. That's all I'm saying. Bro, I get that sometimes. People would tell me, bro, you a hood, but don't go too far with it. Like, stay in your lane. I've had to get checked like that before. I'll be vulnerable enough to say that. And I have to know my lane. Like, yeah, bro, you from the hood, but don't be, out here like, you putting in work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like,
Yeah,
just,
even
yeah.
me, I grew up around it too. Shit, trust me, younger days I was a YN, but I did have limitations. Like the niggas around me was way worse than nice,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Right. I
And
can agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the good thing that
I'm
I
about to
did
switch over
like
phones to my
is that
keep
the
going, Jen.
people that was around me, they never tried their best, to influence me to try to get me involved with them. They was like, nah, this man actually got a future. We ain't gonna do him like that. Yeah. All right, though. Let me catch on some more comments. Another part of the problem is that after rappers get rich and start putting money on rivals' heads and buying guns for the hood, that makes them a target when they finally return home. Yeah. Or sometimes they just don't respect them to begin with. Hezekiah said to go with what she said about LeBron and his friends. Juicy J once said that you're not rich if you still have broke friends. I agree with that. New Orleans Saints Carl Granderson and my nigga brother from Sacramento came from. All right, Talia.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
New Orleans, he said he can come back to the hood anytime he wants and nobody bothers him, but his brother was killed by Mozzie affiliates, same hood. What was Michael Jordan? What has Michael Jordan done besides suck money out of the black community for his sneakers? Many people have gotten robbed and killed for Jordans. Well, that's true, but I must say, in order to really know something Michael Jordan has done, you gotta actually dig for it. I'm gonna say that. Shaq and Ed Johnson are the ones giving back. We covered that already. Jordan don't even like black people. I don't know if I can say that's true. And Shaq fixed up a movie theater. Okay, somebody read that. Going back, trying to change the whole hood in unrealistic though. Maybe donate some money to the school system, like Chance the Rapper, but trying to change everything tough.
Yeah, that shit too dangerous, bro.
Yeah, I think we will ever get our own banks and business again. Like we had before segregation. Yep, we will eventually. Can't change the hood if nobody wants to help or make the effort to change anything. Is
But
it
I
target
think
on they
we're not.
do? Let me finish reading this book between my okay. I'm sorry, Blanford. Could you ever forgive me? Oh shit. That shit was right. That was right. That's the guy
You pull.
initiated. I just never hung around him. It's kind of the same thing with me. I hung with him, but eventually I grew out of that life.
Yeah,
I respect those type of people in the hood that tell you better than this.
absolutely. Man, much love
Yes,
to them. Much love to them kind of
100%,
people.
one
Yes,
hundred
indeed.
percent. And
Yeah,
I had those type of homies. You know what I'm
yeah, me
saying?
too. Same here, Jamie. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You brought Talia in already?
yeah. That's she right next to you. Look at the screen.
Oh, all right. What up, Talia?
What's up?
Hey, hey. Welcome
All
on
right, though.
board.
So,
Yeah.
any last remarks on this last one before I move on to colorism? Going once, going twice.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So, colorism, people. Now, this is something that absolutely is a thing in the black community, but I will say this. In my opinion, I do think it is overhyped to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think for sure when I was in my younger days, this was a bigger thing. People used to get made fun of and stuff like that. Like I spoke upon, the Shannon Sharps of the world and stuff like that. And of course the darker skin of women, that got made fun of, talking about, the nappy heads and all that. So I'm gonna ask this to the panel and to the comment section, of course, too. Do y'all think, to a degree, that sometimes we use colorism as an excuse for the reason why certain things is going on in our community? Talia, since you just got added on, I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer this first. And I remember you actually saying that you experienced it, being a darker sister, complexion sister yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about it being used as an excuse though. I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay, so let me give an example because I'm gonna be honest. I've definitely seen so it has been, and I'm not even a script club guy. I'm not a script club guy at all, but I have been to some a couple of times. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually went there to support a friend and stuff like that was having a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Just I simply was just going there to throw some money and stuff at her and stuff like that to hype other dudes up to do the same. It actually worked. But some of them in the club and stuff were saying, "Oh, they don't, they just do this because we dark skinned and stuff like that." You know what I'm saying? But you know, but actually, to be honest with you, some of the times I will say this: some of the time it's your attitude. That is a thing, and I'm just gonna be honest. It's crazy that I've told darker sisters this before. I would say if I had to say I had a preference, my preference is probably the ones that I like the most would be probably that caramel brown skin type of sister. But if I had to pick simply between light skin and dark skin, I'm probably more attracted to dark skin. However, I must say from my experience, I can only speak from mine, the darker sisters tend to have the way worse attitude. And they try to say, oh, it's the brothers don't like us because we dark. It's not that. It's your attitude. And then you can't be corrected because a lot of them tend to try to blame it on any and everything, such as colorism, to say that's the reason, instead of actually maybe considering maybe it actually is my attitude. So that's an example of what I'm talking about.
Talia.
Mm, well, yeah, I agree then if that's the case.
I mean, and I'm gonna say this: don't feel pressured. Promise you, nobody on here is gonna attack you. I'm pretty sure you know that you've been on my stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
Nobody on here is gonna attack you directly and talk bad to you or something like that just because you have a difference of opinion. You know that. So don't feel pressured. If you feel like that's not the case, speak freely.
I feel like that kind of is the case, but that's not my case though.
Okay, gotcha.
When I experienced colorism, it was mostly in my family.
Mm,
But I mean, I have had a couple of light skinned dudes tell me they don't mess with dark skinned girls though.
I mean, some people, yeah, you do have this like that, and unfortunately, I mean, I would say, you know, slavery days probably has a part in some of that, unfortunately, because the lighter skin was the ones that was able to stay in the house while the field niggas had to be in the fields or live in the slave house. So unfortunately, I think we kind of adapted that. Anybody else want to take a swing at it?
Solo.
Gotta.
I mean, I think colorism is definitely a thing in our community. I think a lot of times women women and men are overly policed, in a so to speak, harshly when they're darker. I think that when you're darker skin, you get into more what I would say trouble, so to speak. So I think that us in our community, that is the case. Like, for example, for you to say dark women, you get more you get more attitude from dark skinned girls, Jamie. Really?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes.
And you think her skin color has anything to do with her being dark skinned?
No, see, that's not what I'm saying. What I said is that from my experience, the ones that always have the worst of attitude most of the time are the darker sisters. That just
Is
can't be
it
changed.
is it possible that you're over policing them and their
No,
attitude?
no.
Because, well, did I get my question? Did I get the question out? Was I done with the
You
question?
said that I overpoliced, and I said no.
Was that was you can read my mind obviously. So tell me, what was my question, Jamie?
I'm just agreeing with your. I'm just addressing your overpolicing part.
Nah, but
That's a no.
that wasn't the question. What I was asking you, but you was so ready to. I'm getting back to my opinion about this. I think that it's a big thing, even like to have a preference on light skin and dark skin. Is what we consider to be colorism. That's the same thing with racism. You
Mm.
prefer them to be white instead of black, or you prefer them to be black over. Is you having a racism? The I think the problem with it is that we are treating each other differently based on the shade of our skin, right? So you have two people that were caught doing the same thing, but the darker sister got harsher punishment than the lighter sister, or the lighter sister always get better gifts than the darker sister. I think that's the issue that we have in our community. I don't think is an excuse for anything. I think it's always going to be their valid reasons, their their experience in times where they felt as though they were judged more harshly because they were light skinned, or they were judged more harshly because they were dark skinned. So I don't ever think that it's an excuse for anything. I always accept people and their experience if they were to tell me, well, I felt like I got judged harshly because um, we were caught doing the same thing and I got punished more harshly than my sister or my cousin. And it's because they treat me better or they treat me worse because I am dark skinned. I don't think it's ever an excuse for anything. I think it's just that person and their experience and what they tell you their experience is.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. I just want to put this out there. I never said I treat them differently in no kind of way. I said simply just by being around them that they tend to have a worse attitude. This is just my experience. And I don't treat them any differently because everybody I meet, I always look at them as okay, this is somebody different. I don't never go to somebody and be like, oh, since this and this has happened to me, I'm gonna look at them like that. You're a different, totally different person from me. Like, I'm not gonna do that just because you're a dark skinned sister. So what so that's not the case when it comes to me. But it still doesn't change the fact that from my experience, I've dated or had relations or whatever with a lot of sisters, different shades. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to that, that's tend to be my experience. And I've talked to a couple of brothers, including my blood brothers, who actually agreed with the same thing. So I'm just saying that's just what it is. Now I'm gonna address another thing that you said that's absolutely the truth. Unfortunately, when it comes to the policing of this is with brothers and sisters. Let's be real. The other ignorant groups, when they look at this, they're way more afraid of us if we're darker than they are if we're lighter. That is the thing. I think it's fair to say that that's really is the thing. They see a big black nigga, the police is automatically way more afraid and likely to want to, shoot pepper spray or something like that because they're afraid that big black nigga finna whip his ass. So, in comparison to another guy who might be on the lighter side, they just tend. Let's just be real. I'm tired. I'm sure you can contest to this, and other brothers in the chat can contest to this. Let's be real. Growing up, a lot of the times they look at the light skinned brothers to be soft. That's colorism.
Yeah,
Like a
that's a
lot
fact.
of brothers look at lighter brothers like that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
some lighter brothers have showed us now this ain't that and will
Right.
whoop your ass. But I'm
Right.
just saying, come on, like when we hoop for the hoopers that's out there. When we hooping and stuff like that, and we do something like, yeah, man, do it on that light, man, you just saw man on that light skin shit. Come on, you don't heard that before.
Yeah.
You
That's
don't
good.
all heard that before. So it's definitely out there.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Charles, you want to get your take on it?
Yeah, it's some great comments in the section that I could use for my answer. And not Leah, all in hit at least three of them. Let me find the first one. The main one, all right, here we go. Well, all in was saying it's real just as racism. I'm trying to find the comment. And I fully agree with that. I think colorism in the black community is as real as racism is between black and whites. It's a real thing. So all in say, nope, it's a reality like racism. That's one of the comments. Color, here we go. All in colorism to us is like racism from white. It's a huge denial of it. Colorism is real, and it go both ways. Like you just said, Jamie, you got our dark skinned Black American family members that throw their jabs at the lighter skinned family members, and then I'm gonna be honest though, I really don't hear the light skin or the brown skin really making dark skin jokes no more. And I'm gonna
I
tell
was
you,
gonna say that too. I agree.
and I'm gonna
They
tell you
don't
when
really
I
do it.
stop. Yeah, Jamie, I got a brother that's my middle brother is your complexion. So, like I think Talia or somebody said they grew up around it in their family. Me and my middle brother, my oldest brother is like a dark brown. My middle brother is about your complexion. So we would do the light skin, dark skin jokes. And then I gotta give credit to the Nation of Islam. Don't get religious, nobody. I'm just sharing what I got, what broke me out of it. When they taught us that the closest thing we have to the original Earthlings are the dark skinned people on Earth. That's when I cut it out. Because that's where all of us come from. All of humanity come from the darker skinned people on Earth. We're all, you could look at it like coffee, and all of us has got different amounts of cream in our coffee. You know what I'm saying? So no, colorism. To keep my answer short, colorism is hella real, super real.
Yep. They even did it to us on Color Purple. Like, remember the movie Color Purple with what I forgot his name right now. When he's talking to Whoopi Goldberg, he's all one of his legendary lines. You're black, you're ugly. Remember he used to say that?
Yeah,
Yeah, like that. And
yeah.
then come on, we used to pick it up and stuff like that, and tease the people that's darker than us. But I definitely remember doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And if you remember doing it in your generation, that says a lot. That
Yeah.
it carried on to y'all generation that y'all still was doing it. It was the Nation that broke me out of it. I haven't made a dark skin joke since probably my middle school years, bro. I definitely didn't do it through my high school years. Like I said, I grew up with a brother. We would tease each other. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. Comments real quick. I would have an attitude too if people colorize me. I can see. Look, this is the thing. I can agree with that to a degree, but at the same time, that goes back to what I'm saying about the excuse part. because I think everybody had something that they probably, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but people have stuff that they was, that they were teased about. But that doesn't mean you gotta just, you know, have a nasty attitude to people just because of what's happening to you. Like, because everybody's not doing that to you. Some of the time you could be being rude to the very person who might be there to bless you. You can miss out on your blessing doing it. Anyways,
But
we
that
shouldn't judge people by the shade of their skin. That's actually coming from a person on Twitch. Shout out to you, Liberty Twitcher. Get my Twitch following up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the good news? The price? Okay, I'm pretty sure this might be a bot. I'm not sure. Have you heard the good news? The price of sin is death, and Jesus died on the Christ to pay the price of our sins. Nah, that ain't a bot because he's missed
who
grammar.
is our? You gotta specifically identify who is our.
If you ask him to come into your heart and believe he died for you, you will be saved.
No, you have to specifically tell me what group of people you're talking about as you and our. Nah, I'm just playing. We ain't gonna go there.
We should
I don't
judge
want to.
people as individuals, not group them as light or dark skin. Okay. I don't know because where I'm from, it's the light skinned women with the terrible attitudes. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Hedges.
It usually, and that's the reputation that they've always had. So I mean, I also think that just like when police come in contact with just one of us, the darker we are, the more likely we're to receive harsher punishment. I
Hmm.
think that's the same thing when it goes to like when you're interacting with someone and they do something that you don't necessarily like, your response is to say that they have an attitude or they being nasty. Just like their go-to with white women, their stance is to say that we're being aggressive. And, if we say something that they don't necessarily like or they don't agree to, or if they think we have an attitude. So I think that what you're saying, Jamie, by saying that that you in your experience that the darker skinned girls seem to have the nastiest attitude, I think that plays right into that when you're darker skinned, you are policed in a sort of extreme way instead of it being individuality. But anyway, I guess I was just commenting on that. But I do believe that when it comes to light skinned girls, they seem to have the reputation that they do have nasty attitudes. Now,
Mm.
that's the reputation, is that they are stuck up, and all of that. But I mean, that again may just be colorism in our community.
Did she go out?
No, I stopped
Yeah.
talking.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just making sure. So,
Oh.
well, for me, like I said, I don't treat the dark skinned sisters any differently to how I treat a lighter complexion sister or a brown skin complexion sister. I don't discriminate in no kind of way when it comes to those things. All I was simply stating is that from my experience, they have had the worst attitude towards me. That's all I can speak and contest to. Like, for instance, whenever it has gotten to the point that it was physical for me, well, sister actually tried to literally fight me, punch me, all dark skinned sisters.
You talking
So then,
about You talk about females that you was like dealing with, or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Talia?
And Taj, you know, it's funny. You know both of them.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I know
know,
at least one. I know one for
no, you
sure.
know both of them.
I know both. Okay. Yeah. What's on your mind, Talia?
But
Because this
but
this this is a new experience, so we want to
it
hear what.
real
oh
quickly.
no, I'm with Hezzy though, because where I'm from, it's the light skinned girls with the bad attitude
Maybe the East
that's
Coast thing.
stuck up that you
But
can't even speak to because they assume somebody trying to holler at them when really a motherfucker was just saying hi.
Uh huh. Yeah. All right.
but check this out. This is my response, Jamie. You said the two girls that have attempted to physically attack you happen to be dark skinned girls. But how many dark skinned girls have you dated that haven't attempted to physically assault you?
You said how many have I dated that didn't?
Yeah. Or how many have you met that didn't try to physically assault you?
I mean, I don't know. I would have to think about it. But the point is that what I said at the beginning is that I've had it with, relationships, whether it was, sexual or whatever, with all shades. And the only ones that did that were the darker ones. That's what I'm saying. And then on top of it, it was over some stuff that really wasn't even that serious. Just getting mad, raging off jealousy to a degree. She said, okay, Alice said because they have been traumatized at home and they have to defense mechanisms, and a lot of times us defending us or speaking up is an attitude. No, no, we ain't finna do that. That's one thing I'm not about to do. We ain't finna do that. It's a difference between speaking up to yourself for yourself and not allowing yourself to be disrespected and stuff like that. I'm all for you not allowing yourself to be disrespected. And I agree with you with your next comment for the ones that try to say you pretty for a dark skinned girl. That's bullshit. Obviously, you should feel highly offended if someone ever says that to you. But
Yeah, I've been told that a lot.
which is bullshit. You just pretty and got shit
You
to do
just
in the
pretty. That's true.
for dark skin. But you know, but at the same time, like I said, it's the same. It's the same for the brothers. Don't make me think this is a gender thing. Just because you're darker and maybe somebody may have teased you for it, still there's no excuse for you to go and beat up on somebody and rob somebody and stuff like that just because you're angry about that. You still have to control that shit because that don't mean everybody else owes you because of what has been done to you. Like I said, bro, growing up with me and my brothers and stuff, we didn't have the best of things and stuff like that. We got talked about and shit like that. How I had to defend myself. See, Solo knows exactly what I'm talking about because she's from Memphis. Memphis is absolutely notorious for what y'all would say roasting. We really say checking and flaming or stuff like that. But I'll use roasting because that's a terminology more people are familiar with. Memphis is absolutely notorious for that. And on top of that, they don't know when to stop. They will like if we're at school, that school start at 7:45. If we're in homeroom all day and school ends at 2:15, dumb ugly ass niggas will check you the entire 8 hours. Them mother they gonna do it the entire time. They don't care. They that ugly in Memphis. So what I'm saying is, I had my experience of being talked about and stuff like that, but I still didn't let that consume me to treating certain people a certain way because of that. It's no excuse. I just learned how to check their ass back, and if they wanted to get physical to the point that they fight. Why you keep giving us these peekaboos, Solo?
I didn't mean to turn that damn camera
Whatever.
on. I did not. That was a mistake. I was trying to unmute myself.
Whatever. Anyways, though, you know what I'm saying? I just had to learn how to check, and then also learn how to fight. Like you got to learn how to do both of them things going in Memphis, or at
But
least
you,
one. You really good if you can do both. I was a special one because I could do both. Like Taj, you know my brother Cole, he only could fight. He couldn't check. So if
Yeah.
they check too much, he'll just fight
Jamie,
Yeah.
Jamie, how can you say learn how to check and learn how to fight? But then this girl just said that's a mechanism that's a defense mechanism of them defending themselves and speaking up for themselves is considered to be an attitude. So maybe she does have an attitude, but that's a defense mechanism. So how is it that you can check back and you can fight, but she can't have an attitude as a defense mechanism?
I don't know how in the world you just put that together as the same thing.
Because that's what you're answering. You're saying that that's an excuse for her. You're saying that that is an excuse. You're saying that
I
what
did
you
not. I
just
said the opposite.
oh my god. Am I tripping?
You are.
No, I'm
Absolutely.
not asking you. I'm asking other people in on the panel. Is he not saying that? You just said that that is an excuse because they have trauma at home. You're saying that everyone has their own thing that they went through as children, and the way they had to overcome that, according to you, your example was checking and fighting. But the way that she's overcoming that, or at least trying to, or whatever her defense mechanism is, having an attitude.
I see the
So you're
connection.
saying to
Okay.
her that that is an attitude and you don't have no excuses to be ugly, but you can go to school and you can check back and you can fight.
No, look, this is what I said. What I said is that it is no excuse for you to just have an attitude in general for people who aren't doing anything to you. Like for instance, someone approach you. They could be simply as saying hello to you, having a brief conversation. You got attitude, rolling your eyes, saying something smart to them. There's no excuse for that, is what I'm saying. What I was saying for me in high school, as you know, in Memphis, it can be people that don't even know you will start checking you and shit for no reason. You know that. So what I said is I had to learn how to check. So when they start to check me, I would check them. And you, as you know, being from Memphis, if they know you are capable of firing their ass up, they're least likely to check you. And it's the same with fighting. If they know you can fight, obviously they're not going to try to pick on you to fight you. That's what I said. It's nowhere near the same thing as somebody having an attitude for no reason.
Oh my God. I'm gonna move on. I'm not even gonna respond to that. I'm just going to
You ain't got to because what you're saying
move
ain't making sense.
on. Oh my God.
You're talking about having an attitude for no reason compared to
Oh,
somebody who's defending themselves. I'm saying I defended myself. Whether you're trying to check me, I checked back.
oh my God.
Or if you're trying to fight me, I fight back, opposed to somebody just simply saying, "Hey, how you doing? Why are you
but
talking to me?"
it
That's
what
different.
that's exactly what she's saying in the comment. She's saying that
Yeah, you're right.
when at times they're defending themselves or speaking up, it's
They're not defending
considered to
themselves. They're having
be
an attitude
Hey,
for
my
no reason.
bad,
What are you
y'all.
talking about?
Nah,
no, no.
Bradford.
I'm
Oh
saying that
God.
her thing is that they're having an attitude because they're speaking up for themselves and they're defending themselves. That's exactly what she wrote in the comment. It's the same as you defending yourself when they're checking, but her is an excuse, but yours is your defense mechanism. That's what
That's
I'm
more
saying.
No, Todd.
right.
See,
That's
this
what
is the
it's
shit that I don't like. Cause I know if I was saying
oh
some
my
bullshit
god.
like this, you would say something. You would agree with her. Damn sure you
No,
know the same
well,
same thing. You're
I
not saying
see. I think we should move on, but I see the dots solo connecting. I don't think we should spend no more time on it because y'all been going back and forth about it, enough. But we can save it for later. You know what I mean? It's
see, you trying to avoid it, bro. You
no,
know
well,
good
at
No,
damn
we
first,
well what
well,
I'm
definitely can
talking
move
about.
on. We
no,
definitely can move on. We definitely can move on.
yeah, I see the connection she making. I'm not necessarily saying I'm taking
So,
her
bro,
side, but I see the
fuck the
connection.
connection. That ain't what we talking about. What I
Uh,
am talking about is that the same thing. You know that's not the same thing.
she's saying that that's the lady's defense mechanism by using the attitude instead of checking the fighting. Correct, Solo?
That's not, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm
Yes,
talking about, though.
that's you're defending yourself because they're checking you.
Right. But
And
so what's your purpose of defending
she is
yourself if no
defending
one's done nothing to
herself
you?
that's what she's saying. She's not what you're saying, Jamie. That's what she's saying. In the comment, if you read it, she's saying that they're considered an attitude when they're defending themselves or speaking up for themselves, Jamie. Not what you think she's saying. That is what she's saying is considered to be an attitude. We can move on. We can move
Let's
on.
move on,
We can
y'all.
move on.
Because I'm down 40%. I ain't got the battery charger with me. Let's go.
That's your last one?
Yeah, it's the second phone here.
All right, let's go to that.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks for the
so
plug too. Yeah, go ahead.
next topic, social media and dating life. How it has affected us in our dating life. Anybody? How about it, man?
I want to hear Talia because this is her first time being on the show. I know her comments are usually solid, and I think it'd be cool to hear her thoughts opposed to reading her thoughts, and then we can spread it around from there.
What was the question? My bad, I was texting.
Is social media ruining relationships, right, Jay?
Yes.
Oh. mm, Yeah, I think so. I don't really do relationships, but I was with this dude the other day and he kept telling me to put my phone down. So
Interesting. Damn,
definitely a problem.
yeah, that's a whole subject right there. He told you to put your phone down. Mm.
Mm,
You
Yeah,
put the phone down?
eventually, yeah.
She said, she said, yeah, I guess you did. Yeah, good. But I understand where he coming from. Like, if you with me, if we in each other's presence, can we be present? So I kind of get that too. But
Yeah.
some women
Yeah,
ain't
that was
open to
just
the
some.
yeah. But some women not open to being told what to do. So that's what make it interesting. So that's why I was asking.
Oh no, I don't have a problem being told what to do, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the person for real.
It definitely depends on the person. I've seen that, yeah, with people. They'll let certain one guy talk to them a certain way, but another guy can't. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, social media is definitely a problem, especially when you have people who get mad about the people who you're friends with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've
That's
had
it.
that problem too.
Uh huh. And
I actually never
solo.
heard before, but that makes me want to go listen to it to see what
Yeah, I
the hell.
laughed at that comment too. I know what you're talking about. It's a banger. It's like the big beautiful bill. Solo, you want to go next on a social media relationship dynamic?
Um, I'll go last because I'm still trying to understand what exactly are we talking about, like how relationship, how yeah. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the topic is. So that's why I want to go a little
Okay,
last.
let me explain a little further, and I guess I'll go ahead and give my take too, so that way you can kind of have something to respond to. So, in my opinion, I think social media has absolutely destroyed us because I remember back, You remember when, I like you, you like me. You know what I'm saying? We may go out. Okay, I like him, I like her. You know what I'm saying? There is a connection. Cool. Let me see what his dreams and aspirations are. What's her dreams and aspirations? They align. Okay, we're a match. I'm not so fixated on, how much money he got in his pocket. I'm not so fixated on how much she how quick she might be to give it up and stuff like that, trying to get played. Because I think dudes, we only worried about getting played so much now because and we have seen on social media or reality TV shows and stuff like that. We've seen dudes get played so much that it's become a thing that we're so worried about it. But on the flip side, women have picked that up as well on how to do that and use it to their advantage to play niggas. You know what I'm saying? So it's ruined us from that aspect as well. And then as well, it get like Ali said in the comment section, it gives us unrealistic expectations. Like, that's why I said we're going to touch on one when we was on the very first one. I said we're going to touch on this when we get down to the social media one. The unrealistic expectations, what I was talking about during the beginning time, is you're thinking like the difference of what I was saying between the man being attracted to a woman. Oh, what's up, Song Jones? I ain't seen this your first time ever coming in here. But anyways, you know, they're looking at it and what's up, D? I ain't seen you in a minute either. But the difference between it is seeing a pretty girl is common. Like, guys, you live in LA. We both live in LA. You see it everywhere you go.
LA
Seeing a
face
nigga
with the
worth millions of dollars is rare.
mm-hmm.
So it's nowhere near the same thing. But see, social media has fooled us to believing that you can have it, you can obtain it like that, like it's just easy to obtain. And it's not because that goes to the supply and demand. If it's not enough of it out there, you can't have it unless you're okay with being a side piece. And most of the girls say they're not okay with being a side piece.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you're chasing something that's not there. That's what social media has done to us. Because before, so pre-social media, we didn't know that it's dudes out here flying girls out, taking her on yachts, taking her to different countries that they didn't know existed, shit like that. You dealt with the guys that was there with you, that treated you nice, that you felt safe around, that protected you, that cared about how you felt, that was everything that you dreamed of as a husband or as a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like for on the flip side for the men, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that she should be doing all of this and all of that. You probably never even thought about this shit until you seen social media. So that's what I'm talking about with social media has destroyed us and made us have unrealistic expectations.
Whew. I think this is about to be the biggest I've ever went against the grain on all of the shows I've been on. I'm hopeful for social media. I like social media. I think it's only 20 years old. MySpace came out in '03. Facebook came out in '05. Black Planet came. If y'all remember that, something Black Planet might be older than some of y'all on here. But so it's a young art form, and I think maybe in 5 to 10 more years, it's gonna kind of settle down. It's gonna calm down to where, and this is just what I'm hoping for. That it is people understand better how to use it in relationships. You know what I'm saying? But we just going through like a wild west period right now where a lot is being exposed. Social media expose a lot about a person. I tell you this much. Let me just jump to this point. when I try to get at a chick, sometimes I'll ask her for her social media before her phone number. And I think a lot of y'all know why. A phone number is way too personal. This dude could be a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if I'm a weirdo or not. But a social media, if you give me your social media, X, Facebook, whatever it is, Instagram, I get to kind of study your character to a degree, even if you only showing me a certain aspect of your life. Let's say you want to post about food all day. Okay, damn, this motherfucker is really into food. You know what I'm saying? So I ask for a chick's social media before I ask for a number. And sometimes I'm like, no, just take my number. And that's always a good sign. So I'm in favor of it. I think we just need to give it some more time for us to get used to how to using it. The etiquette of social media. I think we got to give that maybe a few more years to understand the best methods of using it in connection with the relationship. But since everybody quiet, let me make this one more point. I'm old enough to remember not having social media, and I want to make a bold statement. It's the most powerful tool I've witnessed in my lifetime. So I know a lot of people have their thoughts about it. They basically put the power of a TV production in our hand with the smartphones, whether it's Android or iPhone. iPhone is putting out movie camera phones now. You could film TV shows and movie scenes with your iPhone 17, 16, what have you. So it's the most powerful. Look what it's doing to the mainstream media. That's my last point. Look how social media, you know how many stories have been broken on social media first, and then mainstream media was forced to pick it up because everybody was talking about it on social media. So I just think it needed a little more time to for us to get the etiquette right. That's it.
I remember not having social media too.
You remember that?
Yeah,
Slightly for us, I would say. No, me and Solo is close to the same age, so I would say slightly for me. I remember it, but most of our lives, social media was here.
Right. So I'm giving so as an old head, let me just give y'all the dynamic of not growing up without it. And I grew up watching TV, Yo MTV Raps, Rap City, and that shit always looked cool on TV, whether it was New York City, whatever it was. So now to get the technology to where you can show your lifestyle, whatever you want to show. If you want to exaggerate, that's your channel. And the TV shows exaggerate. The main point I'm trying to make is social media is the new TV, and we have the power and control on what content we want to put out into the world. Y'all see what my headline say? My shit say Taj Hollywood lifestyle content. I want to show people certain aspects of my life, and that's it. Certain parts I don't want you in. Other parts I do, and that's my choice. That's it.
For me, I like Taj's point about the etiquette part. I think social media can be a very powerful tool that we can use. But obviously, like he said, we're in a wild, wild west, so we just sort of trying to figure it out as we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I use it as sort of like I guess it depends on the social media platform, but I use it as sort of like entertainment and some information. Of course, you have to vet your information you get off social media, but to be honest, that's where you're gonna find all the latest news, depending on who
True.
you follow. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get it first,
Mhm.
especially like culture, black culture. You're gonna get it on
Mm-hmm.
social media because a lot of mainstream media isn't keeping up on. Like right now, we don't own BET no more, so we get all of our culture information off these blogs.
There
Make
you
sure
go.
y'all
You
like the
see.
chat too. Sorry. Go ahead.
Good point.
So, I think it could be a very powerful, tool in that nature. It's just that um the other thing is that, a lot of people can get what you say followers on social media where it's strangers following you. Like for me, I I grew up where social media was for like only people you knew. Like
Uh-huh.
those were the only people on your sort of social media,
Mm-hmm.
like people that you knew personally, or maybe through a friend of a friend of a friend, something like that. But now you have platforms, I think, like TikTok and YouTube. You can follow complete strangers who live on the other side of the world. When I get on Instagram was like a friend type of thing. Facebook was a friend. MySpace was a friend. Like you only followed your friends or maybe friends of friends of friends. So I think it's powerful. It's sort of cool to be able to talk to people from all over the world, but we got to get the etiquette right because, it's turning into a way to broadcast a lot of propaganda, which is why
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of negative stereotypes and, negative things are being highlighted more and broadcasted to the numbers more than, other stuff that probably could
Right.
benefit us. You know what I mean? So it's just we got to get the etiquette right and use it to benefit us. Like I think a lot of content creators a lot of regular people are just on TikTok making money, like making regular ass content. I'm finna do this. I'm finna feed my dogs. I'm gonna put a recording on my like.
Right.
Just I do like it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
people on TikTok making money, making
That's
videos about
lifestyle content,
nothing.
though. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
They
like
call all that shit.
so it's
But
and you're following this
you
girl.
got it.
She a single mom in Virginia, and you're following. You like her content because you like her baby. Her baby be, doing this, or her dog be doing, or she be on there arguing with her cat, or argue. Like it's just like a cool way for you to interact with people that you probably wouldn't have never met, and also will never meet. Um, and so
Um,
it's.
real
It's
quick, I want to put this out here because I noticed that both of y'all said something that kind of was a little bit off of what I was saying. Um, social media obviously can be, used for a lot of good things. Well, I'm not saying that it's all negative, but what I was basically the question was, has it affected us negatively as far as relationships, not like beneficiaries to us with other with other things such as like you know making money and stuff like that. Yeah, it helps us with a lot of things when it comes to that. I think Todd Spawn may have died, unfortunately. Damn it. To answer your question, Sam Jones, yes, I am still acting. I got a little series an episode to a series I'll probably be putting out, I don't know, within the next week or two. Anybody else wanted to add something before I address the rest of these comments?
Nope.
Okay, let me start these comments. I'm solo one. I'm sure she about to come back in. Um, the best part of SM is getting important information to everyone simultaneously and applying pressure of officials with the court of public opinion. On the downside, seems like they're more introverts. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is like, there's definitely, there's definitely benefits, of course, of it. But I think as far as relationships, it kind of hinders us a bit.
I I think that's a way to sort of look at it. I also like think about the people who've met their spouses on social media. I think that could potentially be a benefit. Um, I mean, a way to keep in contact with people. I mean, I think the propaganda that a lot of people like to get on social media and say that could spark conversation or spark a debate sometimes is them negatively broadcasting certain stereotypes in our community, and that could be hindering our relationship. um ultimately I think a lot of people Are you getting feedback? Cause I am.
Yeah. Somebody turned on YouTube. All right.
Yeah.
It's still there. I think. Hold up. Are we good?
Testing.
All right. So I guess it's all right. But
I
yeah,
mean,
continue.
yeah. I just think that a lot of times, like when you're sort of spewing a lot of propaganda, a lot of controversial topics, like that creates engagement, and that's what people want on in social media now. It's no more about, you know, I mean, there's regular people that still post like travel content and stuff like that. But like when you're talking about like how it has harmed our relationships, I think primarily a lot of times people use these controversial topics to create engagement. Um, and it's not a lot of people doing like this type of content. I think that is just broadcast to a lot of people. So I mean, if you engage in that type of content, maybe you see that a lot on your profile, because it's an algorithm. But some people may not see any sort of relationship issues on social media if that's not in their algorithm.
Hmm. All right. Any other?
I feel
Well,
like social media makes it super easy to cheat too. You don't got to be going out meeting people. You meet people right there on your phone. Scroll down, ask, double tap. Hey, what you doing? Nah, none of that. Like it's just so easy.
yeah, because it gives you a lot more options.
hmm Niggas be sliding in DMs. Next thing you know, they sliding between the sheets.
Can't deny that. All right. I'm gonna move on to the last topic.
You have a echo too, Shannon. I think she has something.
It's on Talia's.
What?
It was on Talia's thing. That's what
What's on me?
the echo.
I think you have it on a background and you're picking up the echo.
Ooh, I
So
can't
like
hear.
if you have this, let's say on another like phone or something, it is bringing in the echo.
Say it again.
I think that if she has the video on a different, like if
Yeah, that's
she's
what I'm
listening
saying.
to it
Yeah,
on another phone or page, then
I don't have it on another phone or nothing.
yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's something that's doing it. Really hate when it start to do that. I need to look in on it more to figure out what caused those. Ollie said with vanish mode. Niggas really be using vanish mode like that?
Cheating niggas do.
All right, though. Final topic. Um, so this is a topic that I got from, I think this on another content creator's channel a while back, and I thought this one was pretty interesting, so I wanted to bring it to the table and get y'all take on it. It's like basically it was a young lady that was expressing her opinion on this, and she, in a nutshell, said basically that romance is a poor man's sport. And I guess I'll give a little bit more context to it. She's basically saying that if you got it like that, you ain't really got to be going out your way to express your love for, your significant other, opposed to somebody who, really don't have it like that, but you're still going out your way to be spontaneous and stuff like that, letting them know, hey, you my everything. I love you. You know, things like that. So, do y'all agree or disagree?
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you explain why?
Explain why.
I agree because if you got money, I mean, yeah, you don't have to do all that. You just got money, so you gonna get bitches. They just gonna come to you regardless. But I don't know. I don't really get down with the romance and dating and Valentine's Day and all of that. So maybe I'm not the one to ask. I'm
Okay.
not a.
So,
So
I'm ready to hear
I'm ready
yours.
to hear yours.
I don't
I don't
understand.
understand.
Okay. So, basically, what the lady was saying is that if you're a rich dude and stuff like that, you ain't got to be doing, you know, having rose petals coming down the, hallway and shit like that. Setting up surprise dinners and let me see what's kind of other things you can do. Stuff that people do to set up and show that you're really special to them. The rich nigga was like, look, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that, I'm paying for that. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you good. That's enough. So she's saying the rich man don't have to do all of that, but the man that don't have so much, he has to show his love in other ways because, you know, more than likely in their relationship, it's 50-50. So he has to show and express his love with more, more ways than just paying for everything.
Um, I think that okay, so I guess I agree in part and disagree in part. I think that depends on what you consider to be romance, right? Because to me, if he's paying all of my bills, if I'm with the rich man and he's paying all my bills and he's giving me my little money and taking care of me, that's all the romance I need. Then I know, yeah, like that's the romance I need, so to speak, right? Quote unquote. But if I am dating someone who can't do that and I'm having to go 50-50 with them, then how they're see this is I guess this is why I'm sort of confused on do I agree with that? I guess it's romance on both. I think both of them are providing romance. I think a lot of time with rich men when they're dating rich men, I think they have a certain type of woman, and a lot of them women have that date rich men, and I'm talking about real wealth. They know the game, so to speak. They know how this works. So they don't expect him to be at the house every night or to be able to do all of this because he's put me in a $5 million house. He's paying for everything. I got his master's car, or I got his car, I can go, uh, tear the mall up, and that's how he makes me happy, right?
Mm.
So to me, them women consider that to be romance. That is romance. I think that the flowers and stuff is what other men consider to be romance. And that may be a cheaper version of it. Since I can't give you my American Express card and you go blow it at the mall, I can't do that. So I have to figure out other ways to sort of make you feel special and make you feel. So I agree with that. I just think that the rich men are doing the romance too. They're just putting on a different type of romance to the woman that they're dating. So I think it's just what you consider to be romance. What makes you happy? What do you expect from someone that you're dating? I mean, the rose petals is pretty cheap, don't you think? I mean, how much rose petals cost?
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, it don't cost too much, but oh shit, Todd and came back. Yes, so we on the last segment. You can hear us? Damn, it's not in there.
Now arriving, Expo Crenshaw Station. This is as far as this train goes.
You can
Next
hear us?
station, Metro E-Line upstairs. To transfer, remember to tap again. Make sure you have all of your personal belongings and remain seated or hold on until the doors have opened. Upon arrival, all passengers must exit the train. Those who wish to continue riding must exit and re-enter the station.
Y'all hit the last topic yet?
We on the last topic.
Okay.
So
So
I'll repeat
I'll
it
repeat it
and stuff
and
like
stuff like
that. Basically, I'm asking, it was a young lady. Basically, she was saying that romance is a poor man's sport, meaning that all this, oh, I'm gonna buy you some flowers and stuff like that, and a dinner on Wednesday, every once in a while, or make a nice bath for you and stuff like that when you come home from work, or things like that. And opposed to a rich nigga, he ain't doing none of that. But hey, he paying all the bills. You ain't never got to worry about paying anything. So what she's saying is that rich niggas and stuff like that, they ain't really got to do all that stuff, that romance shit. That's just a plus if he chose to do so. But that's really what's something that was created for the poor guy to be able to court, basically express themselves to their woman to show their affection. So yeah. And I was getting people's opinion on it. Did you get all that?
Mic check.
Did you hear what I said? Yo, can you hear me?
Jay, you can hear
so
me?
you good?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
say that
I'll
like
say that
I'll
like
say the
I'll say
whole
the whole
speech
speech
then.
then.
So
So
Ali, you said it's
you say
kind of
it's good
screwed.
screwed.
We all
We
need
all
love and
need love
affection.
and affection.
What's affection?
Ex Future. That's
Execution.
what he
That's
said.
But what is it though?
Let me see if I
So
can give
like,
a
give a
definition
yes.
of it. Hmm.
Mm.
Damn, it's
Damn,
crazy.
it's crazy.
I'm trying to think of how would I
How would
define it?
you define?
I think I can live without affection.
Might as well say something.
But I seen this post recently where this dude invited this chick over and he made like chicken nuggets and fries and had something called Josh wine. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know what that is. But she was not happy and she posted it on Snapchat and was like, look what this nigga done made. She left while he was in the bathroom. He texted her and was like, what's the problem? And she was like, nigga, I don't want to eat that shit. And he was like, you ain't have to post it on Snapchat though. But he's
See, you should have
somebody
said
who
that on the first time. I mean, the topic right before this.
uh, well, it could be on both because he's somebody who's not, romance. Well, it can't be. Well, he's clearly broke because he tried to feed the girl chicken nuggets and fries and she wasn't with it. So she
But
didn't
see,
want that romance.
I would say pre-social media, that would have been okay because they got such high expectations of things. They, think they're supposed to be getting more.
Yeah. I seen another one where the dude sent the girl $2,000 for her birthday, and she was like, "What I'm gonna do with that?" And he was like, "I don't know." He was like, "I don't know, go shopping or something." And she was like, "Nah, I think I'm gonna just send it back. We've been together long enough that you should be able to give me more than $2,000." And I was like, "Bitch, what?"
That's
Shit.
crazy.
Damn.
And then he told her he only had like $50 left. She was like, "Well, here, you can have your money back," and she actually sent it back.
Damn. Well, at least you sent it back.
Yeah, but like it just depends because it just depends on the people. Because I would have been happy with that $2,000.
I
Mm-hmm.
bet you would. I bet you would. Yeah.
Ain't have to send you nothing for real, for real.
Right.
Exactly. That's how you should be looking at it.
Hell yeah.
I probably wouldn't have ate the chicken nuggets, but I wouldn't have posted it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I probably would have been like, "Here, let me just order us something. I take this home to my kids."
Yep.
So I think it really depends on the people.
Todd, you want to give your opinion on it?
Yeah, I use romance more as like a reward. So if I'm dating a chick and she does something that's worthy of a romantic gesture, I'll do it then. But and I understand the title "Romance is a Poor Man's Sport," but that shit get expensive. And for the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Jamie. I've told you on just private phone calls, like that's what dates. Going out on dates is what led me to producing rom-com melodramas on my YouTube channel because that shit was starting to add up. So when you say romance is a poor man's sport, I'm like, not I understand what they mean by that, but that shit add up. You take somebody out, man, that shit can easily run $50 to $150, depending on what you're doing. So I started taking some of that money, adding a little more to it, and I would just produce romantic comedy scenes and just post them on YouTube. This ain't a shameless plug, y'all. I'm not trying to plug my movie channel, but I'm just giving y'all the history of where it came from. It came from me taking different ladies out on dates, and some would turn out good, some wouldn't. Some would be a one and done. You took her out, neither one of us was feeling each other's personality, and that was it. But that money is spent. So I was like, damn, what can I do to have something to show for my money? And I'm already out here in Hollywood, California, learning. I was working as a background extra, on set and a stand-in. So I'm watching the craft, and I just started producing my own rom-com melodramas. And that's where it came from. So romance ain't necessarily a poor man's sport. That shit add up. But I do understand what they mean by the title. and I use it as a reward in my real life when I'm really dating somebody. Because I don't think most chicks appreciate that shit anyway. Like that we get called the nice guys for trying to be romantic. So yeah, that's my spiel right there.
Well, it's absolutely true that we get called the nice guys, but sure, they'll be trying to do all that.
Yeah. And one more thought, Jamie. I meant to get this out when I was logging back in. And this is an insecurity of mine. I'm gonna be vulnerable enough to share one of my insecurities. I don't like to give a lady nothing another man can take advantage of, with the exception of going out to eat. So I don't mind because we both, I don't necessarily want to eat by myself. So I could just enjoy your company, whether we going home together or not. That's not always the case. But let's say when it's not the case, I don't mind. Let's say she go hook up with another dude right after I just took her out to eat. I'm okay with that. I like going to nice places, sitting down, having a nice meal, and you don't necessarily owe me something after that. As far as everything else, so something like stuff like money and all that shit, I don't like to give a chick nothing another dude can take advantage of. To where I'm just feeling played. Like, okay, she used me like what Talia was saying, and I caught the tail end of it with the person who got the $2,000. Let's say they would have gave half of that money to her dude. I don't want to call him a pimp, but y'all get where I'm going with this. So that's an insecurity of mine. Maybe that's something I have to work on. But I kind of, with the exception of taking a chick out to eat, everything else they got to earn. That's me.
I understand that.
I appreciate that, Talia. I hope Jay
I
bring
hope
you
Jay
back
bring you
more
back
often.
more.
Same.
Because y'all know
Because
these
y'all
chicks
know
will
these
do it
chicks will
now.
do it now.
They'll be using
They'll be
one
using
dude for
one
the
dude
money
for the money
and letting
and
another
letting
dude who
another dude
ain't
who
bringing
ain't
nothing to
bringing
the
nothing
table
to the
smash.
table smash.
Yeah, that's true.
So I just don't
So
want
I
to be
just don't
that
want to be
duck.
that
I don't
duck.
want to be
I
the
don't want to
lame
be the
duck
lame
story.
duck story.
But I don't
But I
mind
don't
taking
mind taking
I could meet
I could meet
somebody
somebody
tonight
tonight
and we could
and
go out
we
a
could
couple
go out a
days.
couple days.
I don't give a
I
damn who
don't give
she
a damn
go.
what she go.
It's just something
It's
I
just
just
something I
enjoy
just
doing.
enjoy doing.
Going out to eat,
Going out
having
to
a nice
eat, having a
meal.
nice meal.
If you want to do
If
it
you want to
again,
do it again,
we'll go from
we'll
there.
go from there.
Eventually, it got to turn
Eventually, it got
into
to
something.
turn into something.
All right.
Everybody
Guess
else?
Everybody
yeah.
else.
What Solo
What
said?
Solo
Solo
said?
went
Solo
already?
went already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, but really bad static.
Say that again.
I heard very bad static.
Yeah, I know. That's why I kind of
So like,
adjusted the. I don't know. It's something up with when her mic's on, it does that. Like I said, I got to do some research on to figure out what is it that be causing it sometimes when people be coming on. Todd just gone? Or he said, nice here. Okay. I don't know though, because he ain't saying that. Hey Todd, you still there? Yeah, something done happened. But anyways, I think I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Been a nice, another good live for us and stuff like that. Great topics. Talia, appreciate you stopping through and coming on up. Solo, you already know. Another Sunday, another great podcast. Another time for us to disagree in the public eye. Well, we had some rare agreements too, though. So, hey, congrats to us for that.
I know, right?
Cause yeah, that's the funny part. Yeah, this shit is nothing new. It's just this is what we do behind closed doors.
But first time ever we agreeing on something.
Appreciate you, Ali. Like always. Ali, you got to come up one of these days too. Yeah, I think y'all don't put the squeeze on Michael ass. I ain't seen him in a little minute. Finally got his ass up out of here. Or he finally got tired.
I think that's you on the sled.
What, Michael?
Yes.
You're funny. Trust me.
That's
Everybody that's on
Jamie,
this channel
y'all.
know that's not me.
That's Jamie, y'all.
Stop it.
That's Jamie.
That's head. The only reason why you ain't saying it no more because Hezzy been tearing his ass up. He said I wasn't playing with him today. Yeah, like that nigga there. You know good damn well that ain't me. She lying.
Ah, that is so funny.
Because trust me, if this is the thing, because he bothers me when he come and spam a little bit on this one. Like when he does it to my night shows when I'm doing like TV shows and stuff like that, it's kind of annoying, but it's not, as bad. But this one, like I say, this one right here is more of on the serious side. He be coming out here with that bullshit. Then also, how you know it ain't me? How the hell he on other folks' channels doing the same thing?
Cause you follow your moderators too.
Trust me, I don't have that much time on my hands. Trust me, that is crazy. Damn, bro, I'm finna lose to the damn house. Ain't that a bitch?
That's Jamie, y'all.
Who's
Shit,
playing the Hulk?
the Suns.
Oh.
Somebody need to hit this
Somebody need to
three.
hit this three.
Solo, stop lying
Solo,
to me.
stop lying.
You look at YouTube.
Look
You
at
got the
YouTube. Get
stats.
that.
He said the host is like, oh fuck. Okay, look at Cooper Flag. Finally had a good game. Devin Booker got 27. Come on, bro. I need you to get 2 more points. You can do it. 7 seconds
7 seconds
left.
left. What's the most you ever won?
On sports
On
betting,
sports bank? Yeah.
uh, yeah, like from
Like
one
from
single
one
entry,
entry,
I was like
I was like
4,000.
4,000. Damn.
But like in a
But like in
day,
a day,
I don't hit their
I
ass for
hit
like
their ass for like
what?
what app you use?
Prize pick.
Prize pick. Seem like that's the most popular one.
I mean, I guess you
I
could
mean, I
say
guess
that,
you can
but
say that. But
we can't use
we can use
FanDuel
fans
in
in
California, so
California,
we
so
can use Prize Pick.
I think I'm gonna get into that.
Don't do it. You're gonna
Don't
be
do it.
addicted.
You'll be I'm gonna be addicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop capping,
Stop
solo.
capping, solo.
Matter of fact, get
Matter
your
of fact,
ass
get
on
your ass
TikTok.
on TikTok.
I can send you
I
your
can send
cut.
you the okay.
No, I'm not
No,
getting
I'm
on
not
on the free.
free.
No.
No.
All right.
All
Get your
right.
ass in
Get your
the
ass
street then.
free.
Yeah, he on Twitch
he
too.
on Twitch too.
It might be
It
solo.
might be solo.
Why she trying
Why
to put
she
it
trying to put it
on
on
me?
He's,
When did
you said
Michael start doing this?
You said he's commenting on Twitch now?
Yeah, the nigga on Twitch.
They got Twitch.
That's crazy.
But look, think about this. When did Michael start? Probably like 2 months ago.
Probably.
When did Solo show up? That's how you.
I don't know.
Solo, you can't push that narrative. Because all of these people that's in the chat right now, for at least a year. Michael didn't exist.
Well, my first podcast was in Puerto Rico.
Hold on. Say that again.
My first podcast was in Puerto Rico.
No, that was the second one.
How the hell you gonna tell me?
Because I remember it. That's how. The fuck. I'm telling you, it's the second.
Well, that's even more closer. That makes me more innocent because that's further away from 2 months ago. 2 months ago it's November. That's September the 15th.
That was no.
Yeah.
That shit was in August.
You said he came 2 months ago.
No, he started doing the apologize to me shit like 2 months ago.
Don't try to flip the switch. That's you.
I'm telling y'all, it's her, y'all. She tried to put this shit on me.
Nah, you know what? I would have probably had a more black name. It wouldn't have been discretionary or like objectively racially ambiguous. Now my name would have been black as fuck. My troll name would have been black as fuck.
I'll give you that. It would have been some shit like that.
Yeah, it would have been black as fuck. So
damn,
you already know my little burner account, so I ain't got no more burner accounts.
That's a good topic, Ali. We can probably put that in there because the hood is, the hood is definitely something. Why is this nigga name? What's this? Tyranny on Twitch too. It's crazy.
It's tyranny because he's a tyrant.
He is a damn annoying ass tyrant for sure.
I'll come up next week. If I'll just skip the Bible talk if y'all doing that.
Damn, bro. We really, bro. You said you blocked him on Twitch. How can you? I didn't know you had authority to block him on Twitch. Damn. I guess that shit work. I guess if it's connected, you can do it like that. I didn't know that. Well, anyways, y'all, this has been great. This has been a funny, great discussion. We identified Michael. Oh, okay, I get you. You blocked him on yours. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody go. Y'all have a wonderful and good day. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah, I'm about to go to sleep.
Do you have moderate No, I don't have moderators on Twitch. I don't even know how to do that shit on Twitch. And you say, "What a real Michael? Please stand up." Is it Michael or Branford? I don't know, bro. Brand, we all know that's the same person too, but all right, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and head out. Appreciate everybody stop through.
All right. Have a good night, y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.